นะครับเพื่อนๆสวัสดีนะครับพอมาแล้วผมฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามหน่อยครับวันนี้ผมแฟนแมนยูไนเต็ดเต็มตัว
Man goes to pull it back and he actually gets the free kick. I think that's a bit harsh actually, I definitely agree, but in fairness to Anthony, one thing we questioned about him last season was work rate. I think we've seen that quite a lot in this game so far. His early days and here he is on the ball now.
Yeah, in space, right flank, he's looking for an extra man, crosses poor, goes straight into Aït-Nouri as the supporting run comes from Wan-Bissaka. Now with Anthony once again, with the tricky left foot looking to go one way then the other. Aït-Nouri presses Wan-Bissaka.
สวัสดีนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่เข้ามาแล้วผมฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตาม
Wolves are quite happy for him to have the ball in that position there. Ball now in the centre circle, right on the centre spot with Martinez. Finds some space on the left-hand side, and it's Alejandro Garnacho there as Casemiro.
ตอนนี้13นาทีผ่านไปนะครับยังเหมือนเดิมครับ0-0
Interesting position in this game. I think he's done this for 6 to 12 months. He's trying to drift into midfield in almost this inverted fullback role that we see so often now. Liverpool trying to copy Manchester City, now Manchester United. Arsenal have done it, of course, as well with Alexander Zinchenko, particularly off that left-hand side. And Mason Mount and Alejandro Garnacho are almost starting deeper and wider on that left-hand side.
เอาเว้ยแอนโทนีโอ้โหแอนโทนีไม่ได้ครับวานวิซาก้าอยู่ที่เดอะหมุนนะครับหรือว่าแอนโทนีของเรานั่นเองวานวิซาก้าMartinez
However, I think he has very much improved under Erik ten Hag, so I also think that he's definitely doing something right with him.
Yeah, got some more confidence, hasn't he, in the boots?
วันนี้มาดูฟอร์มของไมเซนเมาแล้วก็โอนาน่าเลยนะครับ
United goal, he's happy to ask for the ball off Aaron Wan-Bissaka inside his 6-yard box, and Wolves are just happy to let him have it here, aren't they? They're almost man marking in a sense, but it's pretty much a 4-4-2 in defence from Wolves with Matheus Nunes wide on the left-hand side, and he will chase across to Aaron Wan-Bissaka now. He plays the ball into feet to Casemiro, press quickly. As soon as he received that ball, there was a man straight on him in the shape of João Gomez. Now with Nunes under pressure, flicks it away from a couple, holds onto it. Is the free kick going to come his way? Advantage played? No, but Sarabia indeed does touch the ball backwards now with Kilman. Squared to the right-hand side to Semedo, very much the deeper of the two fullbacks. Aït-Nouri getting forward on the left. Here's Neto cutting inside in his favoured left. Clips one out to the left-hand side. Good covering defence from Wan-Bissaka. Anthony leaves it. Casemiro now round the corner, back to the Brazilian. Brazilian to Brazilian is the man inside in Fernandes. Man on the far side. He comes inside. Poor ball, wrong time. And Wolves are able to get that back again. It's end-to-end this game. Here's Neto, quick 1-2 with Cunha. Poor touch, but he's chasing forward. He'll keep it in play, will he? Lisandro Martinez slides straight through him, and that is a guaranteed yellow card.
Absolutely is. We see a couple of errors. Again, Anthony, poor ball from the Brazilian, but fair play to Dawson. Experience there. He knows where he's going to play it. Comes out, intercepts the ball. Neto.
คู่นี้น่าสูสีนะผมว่า
If he gets there first, Martinez is going to have to take him out. That's what happens, and it's a blatant yellow card. And that's something United fans like about Martinez. He's got a lot of now you're on a yellow card for over 70 minutes of the game. It is a problem. I mentioned Neto's electric pace. You've mentioned it times as well, Matt. I think there we saw him lose fondness of the ball. It's a blatant yellow card. It's the right position from the referee. Wolves have a free kick and chance to put the ball in the box.
It was too clever for him there, Neto. I think
ไปเว้ยแอนโทนีลุยแอนโทนีโอ้โหแทงเบา
No matter what, he's going to come through me. So what I'm going to do instead of touching it down the
เอา
line
ไปแล้ว
normally if I was trying to dribble past, I'm going to flick it quickly with my right
เนโตโอ้โห
give you that yellow card.
เหลืองไปเลยปาติเนโตเหลืองเลยนะครับเพื่อนๆโอ้โหเจ็บไปเลยครับเนโตมันยิ่งเจ็บไม่ง่ายอยู่ไอ้ตัวเนี้ย
And I tell you what, that was brave or maybe stupid from João Gomez. Dive towards the foot of Bruno Fernandes, but Manchester United are easily able to defend.
Yeah, I think he goes to flick it on more than anything, but he doesn't really get much on it. It just hits Bruno, and no one's in the area where Onana just comes to claim it. But I mentioned about Wolves' lack of goals last season. It's obviously going to be a problem, I think, since Raul Jimenez's horrible head injury a few years ago. They've never really replaced them goals, have they? And that's something they're going to have to do a lot of this season. And obviously in this game, they're going to be required to defend a lot. But so far, to be fair to O'Neill's side, they're defending very well. I must give them that.
Very organised at the moment, aren't they? As Casemiro tries to tow that one back towards Rafael Varane. Yeah, they've had a couple of strikers down the years of Wolves since Jimenez's injury. Jimenez, of course, now moved on to Fulham. That may be in lieu of Mitrovic going off to Saudi Arabia. That's not yet confirmed, but Diego Costa, of course, has now moved on once again. His third club in 2 years, but they've never really replaced him up top. Here on the left-hand side for Manchester United is Garnacho, tries to receive the ball back from Fernandes, and Simon Hooper looks straight at Alejandro Garnacho, the 19-year-old, and he says,
เพื่อนๆเข้ามาแล้วผมฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามให้หน่อยนะ
Playing for that, didn't he? He kind of thought, I'm never getting to this ball, I'm going to fall over. But no, I think that's something that Man United just haven't clicked with so far, that final ball through.
สวย
You mentioned about maybe Rashford's not really got in the game. I always feel like Rashford's more effective from the left wing anyway, but it's something they're lacking so far. There is still time for that to change, but I think that Wolves will be very happy with the way Manchester United are playing going forward, because in truth it hasn't really caused them many problems, barring that chance which Jose saw manage to save.
Yeah, it's an interesting one with Manchester United and goals. As you say, I much prefer Rashford off the left-hand side myself in that sort of inverted winger's role. He did get 30 goals in all competitions last season. It's the first time that anybody
ยังไม่เห็นเมสันเมาส์เลยเมสันเมาส์อยู่ไหนวะอ๋ออยู่นี่ครับเบอร์ 7
But they've never really had a long-term replacement up front, have they? Of course, they've had Ibrahimovic for a year or two. They've had Ronaldo scored buckets of goals in his first season, and then it all turned a little bit sour after that.
ไม่ได้มันจะง่ายกันไปเปล่า
Still young, isn't he? He's 21 years old, and maybe the Dane can do wonders up top for Manchester United. Garnacho pressing all the way down that left-hand side.
เพื่อนๆพี่เข้ามาแล้วผมฝากรบกวนนะครับฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อย
Nana there, who's just touching his socks. Camera's focusing on him for the moment, but he's looked effortless with his feet so far. He's not had to do anything with the hands.
Fantastic with his feet, I must admit. When we got the chance to see him, I saw him in the Champions League final.
ตอนนี้ยัง0-0เหมือนเดิมนะครับเพื่อนๆ
We're seeing that so far. A thumbs up of acknowledgement, but in the end, Garnacho dispossessed by Semedo. I think Semedo, again, much improved player at Wolves at the back, and he's had a good game. Great skill here by Nori, though.
Yeah, fantastic.
วันมิด
left back, 20 minutes gone, still.
สวัสดีครับพี่สักลิน
Nunez coming forward for Wolves. Inside he goes to Cunha. Steps inside again.
วันนี้กี่ลูกดีพี่แมนยูพี่อ่ะ
He had the body already there, so almost ran into the Brazilian. There's Rashford.
ไปแล้วกานาโชโอ้โหไอเวนไม่ผ่านอีก
The Argentine comes inside now, looks to lay one off. Cunha blocks it, and João Gomez comes across, and all that effort wasted and expended by Marcus Rashford has turned to nothing. There's been a player knocked off the ball there, Luke Shaw knocking a man down. Advantage played by the ref. Wolves wanted him to continue on.
แมนยู20 นาทีแล้วนะ
Manchester United player touched it in the middle of that.
2 พอยฮะพี่วันนี้
Has now been pulled back. João Gomez was the man that went down.
I don't agree with that. I think Wolves still had the ball. They were continuing to play. I know a Manchester United player touched it, but you mentioned about Garnacho originally. We're just seeing Australia. พี่เพื่อนๆด้วยนะครับเข้ามาแล้วผมฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามให้หน่อย So not much happened for Rashford so far, but
ไปอีกแล้ว
a little bit there.
นูเนส
But they have the chance to break. Yes, it was a foul.
คุณย่าโอ้โห
I think the referee's got that one wrong. I think he should have let Wolves carry on.
ไปเว้ยแรดฟอร์ดไปที่กานาโชไปอะไรของมันวะกานาโชมึงเล่นอะไรของมึงวะ
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Nuri in support.
Okay.
Comes short. He drives it into his feet. Sarabia is that man. Lays it back to Nunez. Goes inside his favoured right foot. Maybe looking to go down the line. And eventually,
ผมว่าเอาใจแฟนแมนยูไง
makes Mateus Nunes look a little.
ผมว่าเอาใจแฟนแมนยูอยู่แล้วไม่ต้องห่วงครับแฟนเซนดอนใส่เสื้อแมนยูได้เราไม่เก่งอยู่แล้วผมอะใจรักฟุตบอลทีมไหนก็ได้ใช่ไหมพี่
Go at him maybe and give him a test, but in the end, Wolves lose it. And we're just seeing a picture of Harry Maguire's transfer to West Ham, not yet confirmed, but I think his days.
วันนี้กานาโชเล่นไม่ดีเลยอะช่วง20 นาทีผ่านไปอะ
And his absence from the starting 11 is perhaps what's causing the
เพื่อนๆพี่ๆนะครับเข้ามาแล้วผมฝากรบกวนนะครับฝากกดถูกใจไลน์นี้ให้หน่อยนะครับฝากกดถูกใจให้หน่อยจะช่วยเปิดการมองเห็นนะไม่เปลี่ยนพี่ผมไม่ได้เปลี่ยนทีมใส่เสื้อแมนยูมันสวยดี
Casemiro goes down the line and the space has been sucked out of this attack now by Wolves. Here's Fernandes, looks to lift one over the top to the right hand side, and Nuri is there. Wan-Bissaka gets the touch as Nunez turns it around the corner. Wolves have just snuffed out any sort of a hint of an opportunity. United look so comfortable on the ball at the back as Wan-Bissaka steps across Nunez. Simon Hooper says, "What do you want me to do, youngster? I'm going to give a foul all day long." And with that, we've crossed over 23 minutes.
นึกว่าแมนยูนึกว่าแม็กควายจะย้ายทีมแล้วยังไม่ย้ายเหรอพี่
with Sam Wright to take us through to half time.
ฝากนะครับเพื่อนๆนะครับเข้ามาแล้วนะรบกวนฝากกด subscribe หน่อยไปเว้ยบูโน่
Well, there's not been any stop.
ใช่ใช่เห็นแล้วเหนื่อยใจจริงๆกันนาโชเอ้าโอ้โหชอเปิดติดอีกกันนาโชอาเซมิโลเอาเว้ยลูกชอเห็นหน้าตามันไม่มีโหงเฮงเลยนะเพื่อนๆพี่ไอ้แม็กไวอะบูโน่ออกไปทางขวาวันวิทโอ้โหไม่ได้ครับนูสลี่ออกที่นุนเนสเอ้านุนเนสลื่นอีกโอ้โห
It's still 0-0 at Old Trafford. 24 minutes played, and Manchester United having possession in their own half at the moment. And Shaw plays one forward. Rashford over the top, but Dawson, with all his experience, reads it, and then Semedo clears. Good ball forward actually by Semedo, headed back to Lamina, given away to Casemiro. Casemiro can come forward. It's actually Bruno Fernandes, sorry, into Garnacho. Semedo again. Semedo's my shout for man of the match so far.
ลอริเซนลงแทนกันนะโช
minutes in. Brilliant defending from Semedo there when he gets ahead of Garnacho. And
เส้นมีชื่อไหมอ่ะ
attack breaks
มีชื่ออยู่มี
Yeah, well, you might be a Semedo fan in this game. More than Mario Lemina for giving that ball away. I tell you what, it's a terrible touch in midfield, isn't it? But it all came from a Manchester United long ball, and I like the idea of it. Get the ball going over the top, put some fear in.
เอาใจช่วยครับแฟนแมนยูนะครับเข้ามาแล้วนะผมฝากรบกวนนะครับฝากกดถูกใจฝากกดติดตามช่องให้ด้วยนะครับพี่เพื่อนๆแล้วก็มีอะไรพูดคุยกันมาในแชทสดได้แล้วก็ใครจะสนับสนุนช่องนะครับQR Code ด้านล่างได้เลย
He's definitely going to beat them for pace, but there hasn't been the plan so far. A lot of the balls have been in the air, they've broken down. It's just been not really worked out so far. Here's Varane, just past the halfway line, plays a ball out to Anthony.
ไปไว้ไปแล้วบูโน่โอ้โหไม่ถึงกันนะโชอีก
Plays it to Mason Mount, making his Manchester United debut. Mount falls over and loses possession harmlessly, and Aït-Nouri can keep the ball alive.
เอาไว้สู้ทั้งวูฟทั้งแมนยูนะครับเพื่อน
But he gets away with it. That's really good play in the centre of the park as well, and he keeps going as well. That's brilliant, and he might have options here. He's got man either side. He goes on. The ball's played out. It's a chance. It's just wide. What an opportunity for Wolves that was. Sarabia, brilliant play by Cunha. It's got to be said, and run forward. The gap just opened up in the middle of the park for Wolverhampton. Defense just completely.
ครับลิซโดมาร์ติเนสเอาไงมึงอะเอาไงสวยไม่สั่นเมาส์หายไปไหนพี่มันยังลงมันได้ลงไหมเนี่ยไม่สั่นเมาส์อะมันเงียบจังอะเมาส์ไม่มีบทเลยอะ
And the score remains 0-0, but Wolves arguably the best chance of the game so far.
ไปอีกแล้วนี่เมาส์ได้ไงพูดปุ๊บอ้าวเหี้ยเลี้ยงโอ้ยอย่างนี้ก็ได้เหรอเมาส์โอ้โหใส่เบอร์7เลยนะเลี้ยงเอาล้มเฉยเอาไปอีกแล้วโอ้คุณย่าหลบโอ้โหหลบไป2ไปแล้วหลุดแล้วครับ3-2เอาแล้วครับคุณย่าซ้ายขวาซ้ายแต่ยิงซาลาเบียโอ้โหนึกว่าได้โอ้โหต้องชมคุณย่าเลยนะครับเพื่อนๆมึงพามา3-4ตัวเลยเหรอโอ้โหคุณย่า
A yellow card for the Wolves midfielder, a foul on Garnacho. Lamina goes into the referee's notebook for that one.
Yeah, well, the referee's just turned to Lamina and said, I've just given a yellow for Garnacho. I've got for Martinez, sorry, and I've got to give one that way. I'm not too sure how much of a touch on the man there is. There isn't much until Garnacho's already going down.
โอ้ยเหมือนจะฉลับนะ
It's just silly, isn't it, from Lamina to dive in?
I definitely agree. I think it's silly for him to dive in from Lamina. He's actually never been on the winning side.
เปิดไปแล้วมงโอ้โหต่อสั้นมงเอาครับแมนยูสวนได้ไหมไม่ได้ครับโอ้โหเสร็จเซมิโดวันนี้เซมิโดเล่นดีจังวะไปอีกแล้วนูนเดสซาลาเบียอันนี้อดีตกองหน้าของเอเชนะครับเอาเลมิน่ายิงโอ้โหติดบล็อกอีกเอาละครับโอ้โหเรียบร้อยครับเหลืองโอ้โหเลมิน่านะครับโดนเหลืองไปเลยครับเบอร์5ของวูฟแฮมป์ตัน
The ball ends up back with Onana. Just looking at the stats so far, 2 shots for Manchester United, 4 for Wolves. Only the one on target, and that was, of course, from Marcus Rashford early on, saved by Saar. But it's got to be said, the attacking play in this game so far, it certainly hasn't lit the game up, has it?
No, it hasn't. And I think Manchester United coming into the game probably would have been quite.
ใช่ผมว่าถ้ามีคาเซมิโร่มันอุ่นใจอยู่แล้วอะ
but I think that Wolves have just made this a bit of a quick and scrappy, frantic game, and it's really bled into the United sort of confidence. It's gone.
So they can come forward now, Manchester United. They've lost the ball again.
สวยไปครับวันมิซาก้าวันมิซาก้าโอ้โหไม่ผ่านเอา
Looks like he's in some discomfort here. I believe that might be Cunha who's down.
นูริสวยบอลมาเข้าทางแมนยูโอ้โหบูโน่หลอกใครไว้เวนคุณย่าโอ้โหสู้มันครับเพื่อนๆพี่ครึ่งชั่วโมงเล่นเกมเร็วสนุกสนานมากเลย
I don't think it was intentional, but I do think you've got to give a foul for that.
Yeah, the foot comes across. I think he's just trying to block the man off, change direction. It's just a natural foot to go in the ground rather than a tackle and a stamp. I was interested at first because he was holding so high up his leg. I thought as a stamp, as a boot across the shin.
Anthony.
Yeah, but not quite.
โอ้โหเมาส์เนี่ย
Lamina plays the ball to Semedo, gets it to Neto, and that could be another foul. And the referee doesn't give anything for now. And
ใครเจ็บวะนะโกเมสอะครับเบอร์8ของไอ้วูฟแฮมป์ตันนะเหมือนจะมีอาการบาดเจ็บ
Of course, Conor Cody, the skipper at Wolves for so long, never took the reins last season. Aït-Nouri goes to keep that one in. He does keep it in. In the end, it's tackled by Fernandez, and I think that's going to be a Wolves ball by the looks of it, as much as to Fernandez's disbelief. Aït-Nouri did well to keep that ball in because it wasn't the best ball to him. He miscontrolled it. In the end, the Algerian managing to keep the ball alive, and Wolves have it quite high up the pitch here, but Aït-Nouri doesn't really seem to have many options to throw it to. Manchester, half an hour played at Old Trafford. Listen to unofficial off-tube studio commentary. Goalless at Old Trafford, but not really too many chances. One for both teams, you can say.
วูฟนี่สู้มันจริงครับเพื่อน
Sarabia having the best chances. Throwing in now.
ซาเมโดวันนี้ซาเมโดนี่โหสุดยอดเลยเมาต้องขยันกว่านี้ใช่แลไม่ค่อยมีส่วนร่วมกับเกมเลยครึ่งชั่วโมงผ่านไป
It's played back in by Sarabia. Oh, but in the end, that's really poor. I think it actually hits this man and goes out. It was off Cunha, my apologies. That's poor from Aït-Nouri. He kicks it against his own player and it goes out. Oh no, it is a Wolves throw. My apologies.
I think he's fortunate. I think it does come off his own player. It was brilliant initially from Wolves to recycle the ball. Throw in now goes Manchester United's way. Cunha is saying it was a foul by Casemiro will now claim for that, holding his
shin. He's hurt here as well, Cunha. I don't think Casemiro did much there. Maybe it's an earlier injury, a reoccurring one, but I don't think he actually did anything wrong there, Casemiro. We'll have a look again. Does he catch him at all? Yeah. Okay, he does actually. That's definitely how is the referee not giving a free kick for that?
It was a foul, but I think the referee is sensing a little bit of play acting, maybe getting into this game, and he's trying to stamp it out. Maybe I'm not too sure about that. Some of the Manchester United fans are very happy with just to return to the throw-in. There was nothing happening. Suddenly Nunez just makes a movement and Wan-Bissaka has to tackle. Just recycle the ball really well. Doesn't matter where the throw-in necessarily goes as long as
พี่บินเพื่อนด้วยนะครับเข้ามาแล้วนะครับผมฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามกดกระดิ่งแจ้งเตือนไว้ด้วยนะครับพี่บินเพื่อนแล้วก็พูดคุยกันให้ครับในแชทสดจะซัพพอร์ตก็ QR Code แล้วก็เลขบัญชีด้านหน้าได้เลยนะครับ
one or two more throughout the game. They've given it away here. There is Marcus Rashford. Not many touches in the game for him, and that immediately breaks down. It's very good defending. Andy stays on his feet, and the referee gives a foul, and it is a foul. I think he did that, give the ball away on purpose. And now Lamina's down for Wolves, and at this point we are starting to ask, is it play acting from Gary O'Neill's side, or is there maybe one or two hefty challenges going in?
Well, Wolves have carried on despite the fact that Lamina was down. It was definitely a foul from Rashford, wasn't it? I think Nunez just held back for a moment, won the ball back, and then got bumped into.
And here they go. Here, ball could be in now. It's a really good chance, and it's just wide. I believe it was Sarabia with the chance. Or was it Cunha? It's Cunha, my apologies. It's a really good opportunity for him. It's brilliant play. Again, Wolves, they combine well, actually. It's good play. Neto plays the ball through to him. He goes beyond Martinez. He gets the shot in. Oh, it's just wide.
เล่นดีเนี่ยเพื่อน
They've got that zip in the legs, haven't they, Wolves? When they sprint forward, both Neto and Cunha just get past their defenders. Onana does well to get
ละครับแมนยูไปได้แล้ว
to try and get right in the corner. And I don't think he quite catches it. He kicks it a little bit into the ground. It's maybe. Lamina นะครับเหมือนจะเจ็บ For me, they've had the best two chances of the game and they've spurned both of them, but they are on the front foot again.
We mentioned the lack of goals from being a problem. They've had two golden chances at Old Trafford in 33 minutes. They've not taken any of them. They've actually
คุณย่าโอ้โหสวยไปเนโต้เอ้ยเอาแล้วคุณย่ามีวิธีเวลายิงไอ้เหี้ยไม่ได้โอ้โหไม่ตรงกรอบโอ้ยคุณย่า
The ball is controlled by Sarabia. Back comes Wan-Bissaka to clear, and believe the flag was up anyway against Sarabia. But again, Man United, I think.
โอ้โหเพื่อนๆโคตรน่าได้
We're going to host Wolves tonight and just absolutely pummel them, but that's not been the case. In fairness to Wolves, I think they've arguably been the better team so far. I think they've really defended well. I think going forward they've had 2 chances. It is the lack of goals we mentioned being the problem, but I think Gary O'Neill will be delighted with what he's seeing so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Manchester United will want the break.
วูฟบุกกระจายเลยว่ะครับเพื่อน
Major trouble from Wolves, but I just think they want to reset.
ๆเอาว่ะวูฟแม่งแน่นอนว่ะ
They've been a little bit slack and almost not really got any sort of aim or direction or conviction about anything they're doing. No real communication. Wolves are just on the second ball.
คุณย่าเล่นดีนะครับเพื่อนๆคุณย่าเนี่ย
Absolutely, that has been the case. Here's Lamina on the ball now. Can he do much with it? He wins his side of throwing off Anthony in the end. And I think just Lamina asking there, is there any options forward? That's the only thing for Wolves. And they do have Fabio Silva, who has returned from his couple of loans he had last season on the bench this evening, and Hwang as well, the South Korean forward. So they do have their options. But I think I mentioned Gary O'Neill right at the start last season, the job that he did, how good it really was at Bournemouth. I think keeping that team up with where they were. And I do think there's a yellow card coming here actually for time wasting. Now we have heard the referees are clamping down on this. Rayan Al-Nouri has been booked, the 3rd booking of the game at Old Trafford, 2 for Wolves now. And well, they're the bookings that are really going to come back and cost you, because Nouri makes a bad challenge later in the game now, gets sent off. People are going to say, well, he shouldn't take it that long for the throw-in in the first half after 35 minutes, time wasting.
Yeah, I completely understand the decision from whether it's IFAB, the FA, the Premier League, all the referees association to really clamp down on this sort of stuff. It is the sort of stuff that the fans want to see, in the sense that they get more action to watch, because the stats.
ตรงกลางของวูฟนี่เข้าท่าดีนะเพื่อนๆดูขยันดูอะไรมาก
Do I really think that somebody is time wasting in the 35th minute of the game when they're 0-0 at Old Trafford? Not too sure.
No, I think that might be just be a case of looking for options and where to throw it to, and in the end you get booked for it. But if Wolves are winning the game, maybe, but because it's 0-0, I really don't believe Nouri was time wasting there. But with the new rules, that's the way it's going to be for the start of the season at least. And well, Wolves did win at Old Trafford back in January 2022. One of their many summer departures this year. João Moutinho got the goal that day, and Wolves are not the greatest record at Old Trafford in truth, but
ไอ้เหี้ยกรรมการมึงนี่แจกง่ายจริงๆ
season was brilliant. Ball over the top by Martinez, looking for Garnacho, Anthony in fact, but Jose Sarr there. And Jose Sarr, I thought, had a shaky start to the game, the Wolves goalkeeper, but it's fair to him. He seems to have settled down now.
Yeah, he watched that one well on the edge of his box. Sorry, waiting for that one, and he knew he was going to get there first.
แจกกันง่ายเกินใบเหลืองอ่ะไอ้ชิบหายทุ่มช้าหน่อยก็แจก
Ball now plays it forward again, given away, and Nelson Semedo is having a brilliant game. Then he loses it himself.
โดนแย่งอย่างเงี้ย
In the end, Casemiro wins it. Martinez just inside his own half, and it's like Manchester United players playing at a very slow pace in this game at the moment. Casemiro goes out to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw now out to Rashford, who is popping up on the left for now. He just goes back there. Rashford looking, playing very slow at the moment himself. He has it again. Plays a good ball though to Shaw. Shaw in behind. He turns well. Crosses in. Oh, it's Sarr who fumbles it. It is a chance. Anthony shoots. It's blocked. And Wolves get away with it. And there's actually a free kick given to Wolves, not a penalty. I believe it was Garnacho originally. Sarr fumbled that. I mentioned a moment ago.
35 ที่ผ่านไปนะครับยัง0-0เหมือนเดิมนะครับพี่น้อง
This pretty unconvincing. Good ball by Rashford to Shaw. He goes to play it in. He does well, and Sarr just completely unconvincing. He might be expecting a touch from Dawson. Sarr just parries it away, and that causes danger for Wolves. But luckily, in the end, they get away with it. It was poor from Jose Sarr.
Yeah, I just feel it. Luke Shaw, he could have picked his head up to find a free man there, but at least he's put it into a very, very dangerous spot, hasn't it? And it's caused indecision between the defender and Sarr, and that's why it's been poured away. Anthony had a good opportunity, not quite sure how it fell to him, but there was a foul in there because Nunez turned, I think it might have been Garnacho in the middle there, and he got caught on the way around, but...
เอาได้ไหมไม่ได้โอ้โหเกือบได้
Manchester United come forward again. They are getting forward now. Wan-Bissaka wins it well into the penalty area on the right-hand side.
โอ้โหเกือบได้ครับแมนยู
It's blocked by Semedo, and the referee says no penalty. Rashford appealed for it. Not given, but we'll have to see that one again. Didn't look like a penalty, to be fair. Rashford's header didn't have a lot of power in it. Manchester United come forward again with Fernandes, who shoots. Blocked by Craig Dawson. Manchester United turning the screw. All of a sudden, Mount plays it through. Well, it's Mount on the ball now. He places it in. It's over the head of Casemiro. It's not the best delivery by the former Chelsea man. Here's Wan-Bissaka on the right-hand side. Manchester United want to make the most of this spell. Their best of the game so far by some distance. Poor ball from Casemiro, and it breaks down harmlessly. And that's good hold-up play by Sarabia. And here is Lamina. And Wolves have the ball back, but Matt, that was a good spell for Manchester United, and now they've given away a foul. Not made the most of it, but it's got to be said. Credit to Wolves for the way they defended that, but just Manchester United didn't quite fall for them, did it?
No, finally they're doing something in attack. Nouri is where it came first. He jumps into the tackle and he doesn't win it cleanly.
ได้ไหม
Cross comes the
ไม่
head
ได้
of Marcus Rashford, and it hits Nelson Semedo. Now Dawson is there with an
อ๋อ
arm
บุกอีกแล้วไปบูโน่เข้าซ้ายยิงติดบล็อกอีกโอ้โหเว้ยแมนยูเริ่มแล้วเว้ยแมนยูเอาไปมีสันเมาส์เปิดไปโอ้โหข้ามคาน บอลมาเข้าทางวานมิดอาเซมิโลเปิดไป
That is a big reason why he's still at Manchester United. Excellent challenge. Didn't matter anyway because the flag did go up, but that was an opportunity. And again, I think with the Semedo one, never a penalty. He's got his arm tucked in. Never a penalty, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's almost similar to the Liverpool-Chelsea one, isn't it? The Liverpool one at Stamford Bridge, they called for it against Jackson. It didn't come because of the proximity and the fact that elbow was in at the body, despite the fact that the hand was slightly away from his shoulder. That's why they didn't give it. If that wasn't given, this one can't be given. At least this consistency.
ได้ไหมอ่ะไม่น่าจะได้นะครับลูกนี้
Oh, Anthony goes for a lovely back heel there. Doesn't quite come off. Manchester United ending the half strongly. Their best period of the game by some distance. Eric Ten Hag's men were fantastic at Old Trafford last season.
เอาไปอีกแล้ว
Wins out of 19.
นูเนสไปหาคุณย่าโอ้โหวานมิดเอาเว้ยได้ลูกเตะมุมอีกแล้ว
They've got their eyes on the Premier League for now, and the ball goes out to Garnacho on the left, back to Luke Shaw. Shaw to Rashford, who is starting to grow into the game slowly. Rashford goes inside. He goes to pull the trigger, but in the end he goes to Wan-Bissaka. That's a good clearance by Aït-Nouri, and all of a sudden the game maybe panning out the way many thought it would do before we kicked off this evening. I think Manchester United starting to press. Wolves, to be fair, defending well, and now we said Manchester United want half-time. I think Wolves might want it now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw against Manchester City that Burnley ran out of legs in the press. I think Wolves have almost done that.
เอาล่ะเพื่อนๆ5 นาทีนะครับก่อนทดเวลาบาดเจ็บโอ้โหไม่ได้อีกดูดิ
Good feet from him, but in the end too much on it, and I'm not sounding like an El Semedo fan here, but he's had a brilliant game. I've said that a lot this evening, but Garnacho goes to go beyond him. He just gets too much on it. Good defending though by Semedo, and I think Man United are trying more now, but I just feel like Wolves defensively. I think if you're Gary O'Neill, with the preparation they've had, the lack of preparation they've had to build up to this game, all the bad news around the club, I think they'll be very happy so far.
Yeah, I mean, Semedo has given the ball away a couple of times, but when he has,
he's
fought back for it more often than not. He's won it, hasn't he? And just talking about winning, Martinez has won it.
Absolutely. Oh, then he loses it, but he falls to Garnacho.
สูสีครับคู่นี้สูสีมาก
Good positioning by Craig Dawson, and Lisandro Martinez wins it back to Rashford. Rashford turns in the area. It's blocked. Garnacho shoots, and it's well shoot or cross. I'm not sure, but it went wide either way.
It might even be a throw-in. He's lashed his left foot at that one right across the face of goal. Let's see from this angle. It will help us out. It falls perfectly, doesn't it, for Rashford? And rather fortunately so, has a step over, goes down the line against Dawson, but he just dangles a foot in, doesn't he, Dawson? Might have just gone out for a goal kick rather than a throw in there from Garnacho, but you can tell that's his weaker foot.
It hit and hope by the Argentine there, just maybe hit it and see if it deflects, takes a lucky deflection or someone gets on the end of it, but it does go out, and Garnacho, one of the up-and-coming teenagers in the Premier League, certainly seen a lot of the ball so far, but not quite a lot has came off for him as ball played forward. Good defending by Wan-Bissaka, but well won back as well.
เอาเฮ้ยสู้ๆเว้ยฝากพี่ๆเพื่อนด้วยนะครับเข้ามาแล้วผมฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์กดติดตามให้หน่อยนะโชว์เปิดไปโอ้โหเปิดติดอีก
Rashford really getting a lot more touches in the game now. He's on his bike again.
แอนฟอร์ดมาอีกแล้วโอ้โหยิงไม่ได้โอ้โห
Good play by him. Cross right foot. Good defending.
เอาเว้ยสู้ๆเว้ยสู้ๆอย่าลืมนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่ๆนะครับเข้ามาแล้วผมฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อยนะ
They're certainly not having much joy as Anthony wins the ball back again. I think again they were looking towards the referee for a whistle, which didn't come. 42.5 minutes gone. Manchester United 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 on the first Monday Night Football of the season. Good ball forward. Aït-Nouri heads it, and Jose Sarr does well to keep that one alive.
Yeah, good defending again for Wolves. Impressed as well by Nunez. Not necessarily on the ball, but his tackling off the ball has been brilliant, and he just seems to read where the opposition player is going to go next, and he gets his body there before he's even gone there. It's quite clever.
เว้ยคุณย่านี่มันเป็น
Manchester United more touches in the opposition box in the last 5 minutes in the first 35. We're coming up to the 43rd minute of the game. It's still
อีกเลย
but I've just been impressed with
แอนโทนี
the way they've got this 2 banks of 4.
แอนโทนีไปครับแอนโทนีจีไปแล้วหลบไปหนึ่งเปิดไปโอ้โหเปิดติดอีก
Shimmied them towards the midfield, but shimmied them outwards as well.
อนุริหวดขึ้นไปเลย
Absolutely, that's been impressive. That's been impressive from Wolves so far with what they've done in this game, but they have got to hold on till half-time. I can't imagine they're going to have much additional time in this game. Haven't really seen a lot of stoppages or maybe a little bit of time.
แมนยูพยายามจะบุกมั่งละสวยโอ้โห
The ref's not allowed the players to continue, has he? As soon as there was 10 seconds when he had a throw in, give him a yellow.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So it's Varane who plays it out wide now. It's a poor ball back, and the Wolves do win it back, and could be a foul by Shaw. But here's Neto, and Neto's got pace as well. Neto runs forward. Has he got a chance? Brilliant chance, but Neto still has it. He goes on. It's still got it, Neto. He gets past a lot of players, but in the end, the back heel doesn't quite fall to Nunez, and it's a foul to Manchester United. Brilliant run, and there's a yellow card coming, I imagine, for Luke Shaw. Another yellow card, the fourth for the game. Definitely a foul by Shaw. I thought maybe that could be Martinez. If it was Martinez, he'd be off.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I think Luke Shaw just timed this one wrong, didn't he? It's good play, actually. He wins it, and that's definitely a foul. I believe it might. Well, it's on Sarabia again. It's been a handful going forward. But
กินวูฟยากเหมือนกันนะผมว่าเกมเนี้ยแมนยูอ่ะ
from Garnacho back, and they nearly get punished. Great run by Neto, but in the end, not quite to be. Because couldn't really get it out of his feet, could he, in the end? And yeah, in the end, the attack breaks down. But Wolves, they have showed one or two things going forward, and Manchester United need to be wary.
Yeah, well, I think Neto had a quiet 15 or 20 minutes.
ไปแล้วเนโต้
Sometimes that's all it needs. A little bit of luck.
เอาเนโต้ไปโอ้โห
and it gives you some more confidence. But yeah, support from Garnacho. Luke Shaw has no complaints because that's exactly the same decision he's given already twice this evening.
Absolutely good ball round the corner. Oh, I say good ball from Neto. It's just slightly overhit, and the ball now nearly breaks to Garnacho, but Dawson gets there. The 45 minutes on nearly up at Old Trafford. Still 0-0. Given away to Garnacho. Here's Mason Mount. Out to Rashford on the left-hand side. Rashford goes back. 2 added minutes at the end of the half. That sounds about right. Wan-Bissaka through to Anthony. Anthony chance turn and shoot.
เจเนโชไม่ไหวว่ะเกมเนี้ย
Excellent by Mats Kilman, the new Wolves skipper, really proving his worth there. Anthony in a great position. It's on his weaker foot's the one thing you can say, but Kilman does brilliantly, and Shaw misjudges that, the ball forward, but goes out of play for a throw into his side anyway. Big chance for Manchester United. It fell for Anthony. Kilman, brilliant.
Started by Mount because he held off the tackle from Lamina brilliantly. Anthony, as you say, on the final shoulder, did really well to turn his man Nori, and the ball is perfectly weighted from Wan-Bissaka. Sometimes, despite how good your attack is, if the defender does his job, he does his job, and that's exactly what Kilman did.
Absolutely, still 0-0 at Old Trafford. We have played nearly one of the 2 additional minutes. Manchester United.
ไม่สั่นเมาส์อยู่ไหนไว้เวน
last 10 minutes, and they were in the first 30.
โอ้เว้ยไม่สั่นเมาส์ได้บอลแล้ว
Shaw now plays it through to Mount. Poor ball. Nelson Semedo, best player in the first half. Mile gets it away, and there's a foul. A foul, to be honest, by Rafa Varane. Cunha, I think Cunha's been another fantastic player so far. Wolves win a free kick about 25 yards from their own goal.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
คุณย่ามันผิวจังวะ
This hard-working midfield from Wolves has really been breathless to even watch.
Oh,
They're
giving it away now, though. Anthony plays it forward to Rashford.
เขาเวลา2 นาทีเว้ยเพื่อนๆครึ่งแรก
What an opportunity. Wolves architects their own downfall there. That would have been a horrible time to concede right on half-time after all their work in the first half. It's a poor ball. He plays it through. Rashford gets it out of his feet. It's just a bit too close to Kilman, I think, in the end, isn't it? He can't quite get it away from Kilman blocks.
Man U มาอีกแล้ว
An outswinger taken by Bruno Fernandes. This might be the last attack of the first half. Fernandes whips it in. It's a good ball. Oh, it's at the back post. It was a header, and it nothing on it.
ไม่ได้
The Frenchman, the former the World Cup winner, Rafa Varane, very nearly getting on the score sheet.
วันนี้คุณย่าเล่นดีจัดครับเพื่อนๆพี่
He gets absolutely nothing on the head of Varane, does he? He goes to get there, and it's just not convincing at all from him. And that's the half-time whistle. And well, a lot of people came in this evening thinking Manchester United were going to make easy work of Wolves. Not been the case so far.
แรดฟอร์ด
And the score at Old Trafford is Manchester United 0, Wolves 0. Second half to come. นี่น่าจะเป็นโอกาสสุดท้ายอะมูโนเปิดไปโมโหวาลานได้เพื่อนๆจบครึ่งแรกนะครับ0-0
มันครับเพื่อนพี่มันวูฟแม่งสู้มันดิ
Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0 at Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really to break the deadlock. At half time, it's United 0 at Wolves 0. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0 at Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really to break the deadlock. At half time, it's United 0 at Wolves 0. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0 at Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8
ใช่การนาโชต้องเปลี่ยนพี่
Wolves were the better for the first half.
ครึ่งแรกการนาโชคือเป็นคนที่ไม่ผ่านอ่ะได้คะแนนน้อยสุดเลยมั้งจับบอลแบบอันนี้ตลอดอ่ะคือเล่นไม่ได้เลยอ่ะการนาโชอ่ะขาดเกินอย่างเดียวเลยครับการนาโชต้องเปลี่ยนผมเห็นนะต้องเปลี่ยนแค่ตำแหน่งเดียวการนาโชคนอื่นก็โอเคแล้วแต่วูมตันในนี่เล่นดีที่ผ่านเลยคุณย่าเบอร์12อ่ะเพื่อนๆกับเซเมโดอย่างเงี้ยเล่นการนาโชถ้าไปไม่เป็นเลยการนาโชไม่ได้ลากเลยเจอเซเมโดเข้าไป
surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez
ใช่ดันมาไว้ปีกถูกพี่ใช่อย่างที่พี่พูดผมว่าน่าใช่เลยฝากพี่เพื่อนๆด้วยนะครับเข้ามาแล้วนะครับผมฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อยนะกดกระดิ่งแจ้งเตือนไว้ได้ก็ยิ่งดีนะครับฝากด้วยฝากพี่เพื่อนๆด้วยแล้วก็ใครจะซัพพอร์ตนะครับก็QR Code นะครับแล้วก็เลขบัญชีที่เพื่อนๆพี่ๆเห็นนะครับก็ซัพพอร์ตมาได้เลยนะครับเดี๋ยวรอพักครึ่งนะครับช่วงพักครึ่งWolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock. At half time, it's United 0 at Wolves 0. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0 at Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break. เดี๋ยวเรามาลองดูสถิติครึ่งแรกกันนะครับก็อัตราการครองบอลนะแมนยู61วูฟแฮมป์ตัน39โอกาสยิงนะครับแมนยู8เข้ากรอบแค่1หลุดกรอบไป2โดนบล็อกอีก5ส่วนวูฟนะครับมีโอกาสยิง5ครั้งหลุดกรอบไป4แล้วก็หลุดกรอบ5เลยนะครับยังไม่เข้ากรอบเลยไม่ได้ครั้งเดียวนะครับสำหรับวูฟแฮมป์ตันอัตราการผ่านบอลแมนยูก็283วูฟแฮมป์ตัน181เองอัตราผ่านบอลสำเร็จนะของแมนยูนี่242ครั้งของวูฟแฮมป์ตัน142ครั้งนะครับโดนใบเหลืองฝั่งละ2ใบนะครับเพื่อนพี่
yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the
ก็มันดีครับพี่เพื่อนนี่เดี๋ยวรอครึ่งหลังนะครับว่าแมนยูจะแก้เกมอย่างไรหรือว่าต้องเปลี่ยนกันนาโชออกผมว่าควรจะต้องเปลี่ยนกันนาโชออกโค้ชวูฟมันคือใครวะหน้าคุ้นๆวะ
Yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock. It's United nil at
โอ้โห
Wolves
ถึง
nil.
ตัน
Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil at Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in knocking on the door before
น้องพลกับพิมพ์จุฬาหายสาบสูญแล้วเดี๋ยวก็มาพี่ช่วงนี้อาจจะไม่ค่อยได้ดูบอลเปล่าพี่
Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil at Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow
นี่
cards.
มาแล้วให้ยืมกองหน้าครับนี่ไงพี่พลมาแล้วนี่ไงบอกให้ยืมกองหน้า
Knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock. At half time, it's United nil at Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford.
ให้ยืมกองหน้าตัวไหนอ่ะ
Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a
ครับพี่
battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves are probably
สวัสดีนะครับพี่พล
this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocked on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock. At half time, it's United nil at Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil at Wolverhampton Wanderers. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock. At half time, it's United nil at Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United
เดวิดเอ็นก็อกเอากองหน้าไปทิ้งซาลิเวอร์พูลอ่ะบักนุนเนสอ่ะ
They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each.
อ๋อใส่เสื้อแมนยูไม่ร้อนเหรอไม่ร้อนดิพี่ฮะเสื้อออกจะสวยพี่ก็ซื้อมาใส่เล่นๆนะครับสวยได้เห็นมันสวยดีก็เลยซื้อมามันลดราคาด้วยแหละก็เลยซื้อมามันเป็นของปีที่แล้วไง
Manchester United nil at Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked
เดี๋ยวผมหาเสื้อลิเวอร์พูลมาใส่มั่งรอแป๊บก่อน
Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock. At half time, it's United nil at Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford.
เนย์มาร์ก็จะไปนี่เหมือนกันเนี่ยพี่เนย์มาร์ก็จะไปซาอุอีกแล้วอ่ะซาอุนี่มันสุดยอดจริงๆอะ พี่จักรีบังคับแอนใส่เสื้อเหรอไม่ได้บังคับครับผมใส่เองทำเป็นแฟนแมนยูปลอมอ่ะ
break the deadlock. At half time, it's United nil at Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil at Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock.
ใช่ลีกซาอุอ่ะขายจริงๆอ่ะ
Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil.
ว่างๆเนี่ยต้องมาไลฟ์ลีกซาอุบ้างอ่ะเนี่ยเพราะทูมันถ่ายเนี่ยว่างๆเดี๋ยวต้องมาไลฟ์ลีกซาอุบ้างนะดูดิแต่ผมต้องหาวันก่อนเดี๋ยวไลฟ์ลีกซาอุสักวัน2 วัน
Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock. At half time, it's United nil at Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil at Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock. At half time, it's United nil at Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil at Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United, 8
ก็รอเพื่อนๆนะเพื่อนๆครับรอสักแป๊บนะครับตอนนี้อยู่ในช่วงพักครึ่งก็มีอะไรมาพูดคุยกัน กินก๊อกก็มาไขประตูบ้านเหรอแต่เจอบูมเหรอผมว่าเดี๋ยวเขาพังใช่นั่นเดี๋ยวผมกลัวเหมือนลีกจีนอะแต่นี่แม่งหนักกว่าลีกจีนเนี่ยแม่งเอาตัวซูเปอร์สตาร์ไปเยอะมากจีนยังไปแค่ไม่กี่ตัว
Yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock at half time. It's United nil, Wolves nil. ผมเสียดายกองเต้อะกองใช่อะมันข้อเสนอดีด้วยนักเตะมันก็อยากไปเล่นไม่เครียดด้วยอยู่ทีมนู้นอะYellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock at half time. It's United nil, Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil, Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock at half time. It's United nil, Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil, Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but
ผมนั่งดูนี่อยู่
break the deadlock at half
พวก
time.
ลีซาอูที่มันอยู่ที่1อะ
Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil, Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield.
เพิ่งเตะกันด้วยมั้งนะพี่เนาะผมเพิ่งเตะได้นัดเดียวเองเนี่ย
Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock at half time. It's United nil, Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil, Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock at half time. It's United nil, Wolves nil.
ต้องดูไปเรื่อยนะผมว่าสำหรับลีซาอู
Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break.
แต่ทีมมันเนี่ยน่ากลัวนะทีมที่โรนลโดอยู่อะมีพวกโบโซวิชอย่างเงี้ยครับกองหน้าก็มีโรนัลโดแล้วก็มาเน่อย่างเงี้ยครับแต่ทีมที่มีเบนเซม่าก็มีทั้งกองเต้เบนเซม่า
Yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first.
แล้วทีมแม่งคล้ายๆกันหมดเลยผมก็ไม่รู้ว่าแม่งชื่อทีมอะไรปะ
But neither team could really break the deadlock at half time. It's United nil, Wolves nil. Half time at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United nil, Wolverhampton Wanderers nil. It's been a real battle this game, and to be fair, Wolves have probably surprised a few. They've been pretty good this evening, very combative in the midfield, so much so that both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each. Lisandro Martinez and Shaw for United. 8 Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before the break, but neither team could really break the deadlock.
รอสักแป๊บนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่ดียกระดับ AFC แชมเปี้ยนลีกดีครับเห็นว่าทีมจากรัสเซียเบลารุสจะมาด้วยรอศาลกีฬาโลกตัดสิน AFA รองรับรัสเซียจะมาโซนเอเชียทีนี้เหนื่อยเลยผมบอกลิเวอร์พูลพี่จักรินบอกลิเวอร์พูลรอดยากไปท้าชิงกับแมนซิตี้ใช่ทั้งคู่อ่ะทั้งแมนยูแล้วก็ลิเวอร์พูลอ่ะครับอย่ามาเทียบเลยครับเทียบกับอาร์เซนอลน่ะอย่ามาเทียบกับอาร์เซนอลผมเลยอาร์เซนอลผมมาอยู่เหนือกว่าพวกทีมพวกพี่เยอะ
Nouri and Lamina for Wolves. Wolves were the better for the first half an hour. United came in and knocking on the door before.
อย่ามาเทียบกับอาร์เซนอลผมเลยอาร์เซนอลเนี่ยอยู่เหนือจากเหมือนลินเดเลฟนะครับจะลงมาอาจจะต้องลงมาแทนมาร์ติเนสเปล่าเพราะมาร์ติเนสมีใบเหลืองด้วยนี่ครับลงมาแทนมาร์ติเนสจริงๆด้วยครับเพื่อนๆพี่
Cut that one short. It's a warm welcome along to this off-tube studio commentary once again. Second half just starting at Old Trafford, and we cut that one off to bring you.
อาร์เซนอลผมเนี่ยแหละมีเดแคนไลท์นะรู้จักเปล่าครับตัวที่แพงอ่ะเดแคนไลท์อ่ะ100 ล้านอ่ะรู้จักเปล่าครับเดี๋ยวพูดได้แค่เสมออย่าหวังแล้วโหยพี่แมนยูพี่ก็ยังเสมออยู่นะตอนเนี้ยครึ่งหลังจะยิงได้บ้าครึ่งหลังยิงได้บ้า
In the Premier League, the last game of the weekend, a very combative game. Wolves have been more than a match to Manchester United. Were probably edged it, the better team for the first 30 minutes. Had two fantastic chances through Sarabia and Cunha, couldn't take them away. And then Manchester United came into it near the end of the half, asking for a penalty for handball, didn't get it, and then a couple of goalmouth scrambles, including the last kick of the first half, or a head, should I say, a poor header from Varane.
เอาละครับเพื่อนๆลีเดอร์เลิฟนะครับจะลงมาแทนมาร์ติเนส
Ball comes off Onana last, I believe, and out for a corner kick. Samuel Wright is alongside myself, Matt Guy. What are you expecting for this second half, Sam?
Well, good start by Wolves. You mentioned how impressive we were with them in
นี่ดิแคนไลท์ไม่รู้จักแต่ไลเบอร์รี่ก็มาว่ะเอาเว้ยไลเบอร์รี่ก็มาเอาละเพื่อนๆเกมเริ่มแล้วกันนาโชก็ยังไม่ออกนะครับเพื่อนๆกันนาโชยังเล่นอยู่
Yeah, headed out by Manchester United. Not really a dangerous ball in from Wolves in truth. Luke Shaw then heads out the returning ball. Won in the air by João Gomez. Kilman, it is in the middle of midfield, wins that one. Then Gomez smacks it over his own head. Wan-Bissaka bundles into his man, wins the ball, plays a quick 1-2 with Anthony.
โอ้โหสวยเอาโอ้โหสวยนะลูกเตะมุมเว้ยเนี่ยประตูโอนาน่าเฟี้ยวนี่นะชอบทรงผมมันว่ะทรงผมมันเท่มากเลย
Fit Lindelof into his 8th season at Old Trafford now, which is hard to believe when you remember how shaky he was at the beginning of his days at Old Trafford. But I do think, he's certainly going to be the backup. And Martinez, he wasn't having a bad game, but I do feel like you're just risking it a little bit with how rash maybe his first challenge was. Maybe a change from Ten Hag. And looking at the body language of Martinez at half-time, he didn't look all that impressed, but it could also be an injury.
Yeah, I think it was his first tackle, wasn't it? 17 minutes into the game, dove into that challenge and completely wiped out his man. He's not the only man with the yellow card in this game. Incidentally, as I run through the two teams once again, note who's got the yellow. So Onana between
ได้เวลาเปลี่ยนทีมเรามั้งลิเวอร์พูลอาจต้องเปลี่ยนหลายตำแหน่งอยู่แต่ก็ตัวหลักๆผมมองดูก็ยังอายุน้อยๆกันอยู่เลยนะตัวหลักๆอย่างพวกซาร่าแล้วก็ฟันไดเท่านั้นแหละที่แก่อีซอนเบเกอร์เหมือนกันก็แก่แต่ที่เหลือยังอายุไม่เกิน28อ่ะผมว่าโอเคได้หมดอ่ะยังไปได้อีกหลายปีแต่จะหาคนอย่างซาร่าได้หรือเปล่าแล้วก็มาเน่ตอนพีกๆอ่ะ
When they defend, it's more like a midfield four. When they attack, it's free flow, isn't it, for Wolves? To the right-hand side, then Sarabia foot in on Luke Shaw. The Englishman comes away with the ball, knocks it towards Casemiro. Neto can't get a hold of it. Tackle then comes in from Sarabia on Fernandes. He's able to get that one away as the Man United skipper. Then Casemiro, good ball through the middle of midfield. Controlled in the middle of the park by Mason Mount, holding off Lamina. Does really well. Advantage then to Manchester United. On the gallop, down the right-hand side is Anthony. Up against Nunez. Ball down the line, intercepted by Ryan Aït-Nouri. The Algerian does brilliantly. Nunez turns dangerously in the middle of midfield, skips away from a couple of challengers, and now Manchester United are wide open here. Got a couple of men running forward, have Wolves down the right-hand side. It's still Nunez. Space left and right. Goes right to Sarabia. Right foot across, comes in, deflected once and twice, and finished. No! It's missed. It's clawed away from his own goal, I think, by Andre Onana. What a chance for Mateus Cunha on his right foot. The goal was beckoning. No goal.
แมนยูโดนยิงทีดิวะ ให้พี่ประพลตื่นๆหน่อยโดนยิงทีดิวะ
bit of play actually, and the ball comes out to the right. Sarabia plays it in, and it just kind of turns into a scramble. The original shot backheeled.
โอ้โหสวย
I don't think it's saved by
ไป
wide,
เมาส์
actually. It's a real good opportunity. Oh, he's got to be scoring. It's
Anthony
a golden chance, absolutely squandered by Wolves.
แอนโทนีจ่ายโอ้โหจะจ่ายวามิดก็ไม่ได้อีก
Well, that's not one of his finest moments. He's just got to score. Hits the post.
ไปอีกแล้วนุนเนสไปแล้วจีไปแล้วครับจีไปครับเพื่อนๆมีเอาซาลาเบียเปิดเข้าไปเอาเรียบร้อยยิงไอ้เหี้ยไม่ได้โอนาน่าเซฟเหรอเฮ้ยมึงเซฟได้ไงอ่ะโอ้โหเพื่อนๆ
on his Premier League debut.
โอ้ลูกนี้โคตรน่าได้อ่ะ
From Manchester United straight into the hands of Jose Sa, and he bowls it out to Neto on the right-hand side. A waste from Manchester United after they won a free kick on the far side against Ryan Aït-Nouri, who's already on a yellow card.
โอ้โหชนเสาไอ้เหี้ย
In this second half, as you mentioned, Sam, in the first half,
ยิงชนเสา
31 goals last season,
โอ้โห
21 from open play. That's the worst out of the whole.
คุณย่านะครับยิงโล่งๆแต่ชนเสาไอ้เหี้ยคนน่าเข้าเลย
Just not good enough, and it started off this season with 0%.
Absolutely, it's a really good opportunity. Wolves have had their opportunities. They've given it away cheaply here, though. Garnacho can bring it forward.
Yeah, terrible ball down the left-hand side by Wolves, then flicked in by Fernandes, flicked on by Rashford towards Anthony.
ประตูเขาดีจริงๆเดี๋ยวก็รู้โอนาน่า
Gives it away, wins it back. Whoa, he's taking a chance in his own box there, is Nelson Semedo. And Wan-Bissaka wins it back. You can't catch your breath in this second half. 5 minutes gone, still 0-0, but Wan-Bissaka has it on the right-hand side against Mateus Nunes. Drop back into the middle of the park. Casemiro looking to angle onto the edge of the box.
ตัวนี้มันผิวจริงๆเลยเนโต้เนี่ย
Can he give the ball? Left-footed shot comes. It's blocked and smothered away. Here's Luke Shaw back to
แมนยูมันต้องโดนบ้างล่ะเดี๋ยวคอยดูดิ
Footwork, almost FIFA Street
โอ้โห
style.
วูฟแม่งเล่นดีจัด
Now with Fernandes, right-footed ball, angled in, headed away, strong header by the Wolverhampton Wanderers skipper Max Kilman, and United will turn it.
แต่ถ้าวูฟแบบปลุกเขาแล้วทำไม่ได้ก็โดนแมนยูปั้งเดียวก็หายเหมือนกันนะระวังนะวูฟอ้าวไปแล้วลั่นกานาโชจ่ายไปบูโน่กูวิ่งอีกแล้วอ้าวเฮ้ยโลกแล้วโอ้โหแอนโทนีอ้าวเฮ้ยซามิโดเล่นอย่างนั้นเลยเหรอ
I think Wolves again.
โอเคออกไปนะเอาวันมิดได้อยู่วันมิสก้า
However, I think Wolves again, they're just surprising everyone with how well they're playing. On a very good pre-season, Wolves, and I think so far they're doing well. Throw out there by Sock, miscontrolled by Semedo, and see Gary O'Neill there on our screens though. I think I've mentioned it a lot today. I think he'll be a happy man so far this evening, but there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his team just need to settle when they're inside their own third. That just popped up on our screen. Manchester United have won the ball back 9 times.
เอาเว้ยแมนยูได้ขึงมั้งล่ะ
have Wolves, and that's really boosted the confidence, particularly at the end of the first half of the Manchester United men. Here's Casemiro, good ball around the corner. Anthony
ครับบอลมันที่แรดฟอร์ดโอ้โหแรดฟอร์ดจะผ่านก็ไม่ได้
Goal headed into the air, then by a retreating Craig Dawson. Don't think it was going in the back of the net, but there were a couple of men coming in as Anthony was wiped out.
Brilliant ball from Casemiro. Jose Sa comes on rushing. It's always a risk when you do that. Anthony's done the right thing. He's just chipped it over, maybe hoping a Manchester United player can get there to head it in, but in the end, Dawson, he's in the right place, Dawson. He's faced that situation a lot over his career. Head it over the crossbar, but Jose Sa again, he's had uneasy moments in this game, the Portuguese goalkeeper, and that was another one of them there. Didn't need to come out that far, nearly paid for it, but bailed out by his centre-back.
Yeah, poor goalkeeping there. This time, can he get it? He punches it well, actually, from the corner kick. It was whipped in by Luke Shaw, over his own head, then by Wan-Bissaka, falls towards Garnacho. Can the Wolvesman nick in quickly? No, the Argentine still has it. Slide comes from Sarabia. Does he touch the man? Not sure, but the advantage is played down the right now. Rashford in space. Slide comes across. It's Mateus Nunes.
Anthony, oh,ไม่ได้
But he blocks away for a corner.
He's done well there, Nunez, actually. It looks like Rashford, if he puts the ball in, that's...
โอ้แอนโทนีกระโดดบอลสวยจัด
Nunez, I think he's had a great game, Nunez, at times. Does well there. We saw his run a moment ago, but at the other end of the field there, good defensive work. And Manchester, this second half's been very entertaining. Manchester United, though, they're not really testing Sarr enough, in my opinion. But for me, they're just going to have to keep going.
Outswinging corner once again, right-footed straight towards Ryan Aït-Nouri, and he just gets a glancing header on that one, and it goes past Alejandro Garnacho, but there's certainly some confidence in these Manchester United attackers now. Great ball into the box, it's deflected forwards. It's off Max Kilman and caught by Jose Sa. Almost an own goal from the new skipper in Wolves' colours as it's blasted forward then by Sarr. Coming out there will be Andre Onana. I don't even know if he's
นักกอด
he's probably
โอ้โห
already in that
เอาเว้ย
position, 30 yards from goal.
เอาละครับเพื่อนๆมีช่วงเวลาของแมนยูบ้างล่ะ
Came from nothing again.
Well, we saw Son give away a penalty on his first game as skipper for Tottenham. Kilman nearly putting into his own net. To be fair to Kilman, he knew nothing about that. It hits him. In fairness to Sarr, I mentioned about having his moments. He's positioned very well there, the Portuguese goalkeeper. It lands straight in his arms. But yeah, I do think Wolves living a bit of a charmed life there. Manchester United come forward again.
Yeah, Nunez gives it away. Then João Gomez snapping in on his fellow number 8 in Bruno Fernandes, who punches the floor, frustrated with himself for giving it away. But Wolves, how many times Nunez was in a great position just to play the ball on, took a chance as a man bundles into Casemiro. Nunez takes the gap, spins forward, shooting
ส
opportunity.
วยเอาไงโอ้โหไม่ได้
Opportunity for Cunha.
เพื่อน
Chasing forward, and Onana for his first save of the night gets down well.
Yeah, Cunha does really well though. Look at this marauding run. We saw 1 or 2 in the first half. He bundles into Casemiro, kind of puts him off, and then he goes through. Look at the space though. Manchester United inviting him to shoot, not closing down. It's a decent effort from Cunha. It's low.
สู้ๆครับสู้
I think you
ๆ
expect
บูฟทางด้าน
Onana to save it. He kind of gets 2 hands on it, and he does concede the corner. I think Onana could have even not caught that, but gathered that in. To be fair, it wasn't the most powerful shot, but he gets it away nonetheless. His first save as a Premier League goalkeeper for Manchester United.
Yeah, he went to feed it bottom right, didn't he, Cunha? Probably could have done with putting some more oomph behind that one and smashing it into the back of the net from that position. Very central. Cross comes in from the corner. Neto towards the far post. This is a routine, but he's well won by Aaron Wan-Bissaka in front of Max Kilman, who's probably favourite out of everybody to win that ball in the box. Here's
เอาคุณย่ายิงไอ้เหี้ยติดเซฟอีกแล้วโอ้โหไม่ได้
Anthony there as Wolves play it forward again.
โอ้โอนาน่า
Left-hand side looking for a free man just dropped.
ดูดิครับเพื่อนๆดูคุณย่าดิมันเล่นดีจริงๆแต่คุณย่าจริงๆครับเพื่อนๆดูมันพาลากเนี่ยครับโอ้โหจะยิงไม่ห่างตัวไปหน่อยโอ้โหถ้าสูงหน่อยนะ
West Ham man as well is able to clip it to the right hand side. Neto chasing all the way. Shaw goes back to his goalkeeper. Got time and space, juggles it once, goes on his left foot, and then clips it away confidently up towards Rashford. Header comes off Rashford actually, but only from Dawson, who's chasing now back towards his own left back position there. Rashford, ball won by Wolves, chasing forward down the right hand side. It's Neto. Rashford's giving it away. Here's Neto, right hand side, got space and time to find the right cross. Comes in, hits Luke Shaw square in the nose, and the referee will just have to stop the game for a moment for a head injury assessment.
Yeah, one thing that stood out there, the body language of Marcus Rashford, really poor. Like, he gives the ball away, he's jogging backwards ever so slowly. Luke Shaw takes one in the face in the end, but the attitude of Rashford there, he goes to get the ball, maybe frustrated he's not had many touches in the game, gives it away, but then he's jogging back really slowly, leaves Shaw kind of exposed. Cross from Neto, hits Shaw flush in the face, as you say, and it looks like he is going to be okay, Luke Shaw, thankfully, but I think Neto, bit of a powerful cross maybe, and Shaw, but it's a corner though to Manchester United, to Wolverhampton Wanderers, I believe, here, and this is a chance for them to put another dangerous ball in. You've got to say, this second half, it's certainly in terms of goal mouth action, it's definitely had a lot more than the first, arguably already, and we're not even 15 minutes into it yet.
Yeah, well, we saw Wolves probably on the front foot a little bit more in the first half of the first 30 minutes, and then Manchester United almost took a grip of the game and took that dominance towards their side. Manchester United have already done that once in the second half, but they've not managed to keep it. Wolves are now the more dominant team once again, and they're now on the attack through this corner kick, and Luke Shaw and his defensive recruits have to organise here. Craig Dawson goes down, he's laughing to the referee. Anthony's chuckling as well. It's a complete mismatch in terms of heights and physicality, isn't it? We didn't quite see that. Anthony's got his arms around Dawson. He's holding them straight as if to say that that's not a foul. In fairness to Anthony, Dawson also holds the back of him, doesn't he, to make sure he goes down. But it's clear from Anthony he's not interested in the ball at all. And now there's a switch. It's Dawson against Luke Shaw. And the cross will come in left-footed towards the front post. He's flicked on a couple of times towards the far post. Slammed towards goal. Dawson blocked by Shaw. Then Anthony is underneath it to clear it, half clear it. And Fernandes will smash it forward. Semedo just gets a touch on that one. Stops it.
เอาละครับเพื่อนๆพี่ๆเข้ามาแล้วนะครับผมฝากกด subscribe ฝากกดติดตามให้หน่อยนะ
Should have played the pass, didn't. And now he's giving it away to Fernandes. He launches it long to Rashford. There's no catching Rashford down the left-hand side. Lemina's trying to do so. He's done well to block off the running option.
Oh, Wolves also.
Step over. Left foot, cross to come in. Dawson was in the right place at the right time. Back to Garnacho. Takes a touch onto his left foot on the edge of the box. And he cuts right across it and slices it into Rosette.
Well, there was that first ball from Bruno Fernandes. A fantastic attempt of a pass, but it hits Semedo, very fortunately for Wolves, in the right place, and he manages to clear. Lemina does well there. He blocks off the runner Rashford. It's cleared away, and Garnacho running onto it, and he just kind of takes a few touches, and in the end it's unconvincing, and as managed to say. Not quite Rosette, Matt, but definitely nowhere near the goal from Garnacho. And he's definitely trying his best, the Argentinian youngster, but not really much has come off. We see there.
เอาไปโอ้โหแมนยูสวนไม่ได้
9 for Wolves. A lot more even than a lot of people would have anticipated before, and on target just wanted to. So Wolves actually coming out on top in the on target department, which will be concerning for Eric ten Hag, and a lovely
unbelievable skill from the Portuguese down the right hand side. Now is Sarabia on his right foot, clips one towards goal. It's straight into the bread basket of Onana inside his 6-yard.
โชยิงโอ้โหหลุดออกไปเลยโชรีบไปหน่อยมึงอ่ะ
and skinned him with a beautiful Cruyff turn. But now Manchester United on the front for the first time really have said his name in the second half. It's Mount playing the ball forward to Garnacho. Inside now to Fernandes, has time and space, picks up his head, looks to go right to Wan-Bissaka with a pass. He then lays it to Anthony, stood up by Nunez. Good run from Fernandes. The pass from Anthony is overhit. Fernandes gives him some encouragement, of course, as his new skipper. He's saying it should be a corner kick. In fact, that's what the officials have given. Deflected off the defender. Taken quickly by Fernandes. Now with Anthony on his left foot. Cross towards the far post. Flashed across the face of goal.
โอ้โหดูเนโต้ดิครับผิวชิบหายเลยดูดิไปแล้วเนโต้ไปเนโต้ซาลาเบียซาลาเบียเปิดเข้าไปโอ้โห
ran in field, and I think that's what Anthony's saying to him. Stay where you are, and you could get your head on that, but he's actually overhit it in the end of Brazil.
ไม่ดีเลย
I feel that's been the story of Anthony and Garnacho's games, really. They've had moments. It's going to be Juan coming on for Wolves in a moment to add some attacking threat. The first sub we've seen of this game. We're going to see of this game, I should say. And I just think there, yeah, the cross from Anthony, it's just a bit too much on it in the end. I feel like it was overhit. Even if Casemiro stayed where he was, I don't think he gets there. But a change being made for Wolves, and I think in the forward areas, a change will be made by Manchester United sooner rather than later. But however, Haaland, of course, the new signing from Atalanta, not available this evening. And maybe looking at this game so far, Manchester United will be eager to have his arrival in the first team squad.
Yeah, I think Sancho and Martial
แอนโทนีไม่ได้
Eric ten Hag to potentially come onto the field. Jose Sarr picks up a cross on his penalty spot and bowls the ball out. I would have thought that maybe Sarabia or Cunha would be the options, maybe for Gary O'Neill to take off. I think of the front three, I think Neto's been the most impressive, and then Cunha probably almost level with him. I think Sarabia has been the missing one, but he's been the one playing through the middle, so he's not had as much ball in spacious areas down the flanks as the ball is clipped over the top by Kilman. Looking down the right hand side, I think it's Fernandes playing right back for a moment with Wan-Bissaka in midfield. Kilman aggressive in the tackle and wins it off Anthony and bullies him, and he's pulled back there by Anthony by the shirt. That's going to be a walking yellow card surely from the referee. He was so eager to give yellow cards in the first half. I'm so surprised he's not done it there.
I think
clear prevention of a counter attack.
I think it might be, yeah. I think he's pulled him back, hasn't he? I think that should be, but I think maybe again the referee a bit more eager to keep his cards in his pocket this half so far, and we are going to see Juan come on. Juan 9 goals for Wolves in total throughout his few seasons there, and it looks like it is going to be Sarabia, I believe, and I'm not surprised at this. I think that Sarabia has definitely tried. I don't really think he's had much joy this tonight though, Sarabia. I think he's done his best, but I do think Juan gives them something a little bit different maybe, and obviously preferred to come on over Fabio Silva, the young man Fabio Silva at just 21 years old, and again Juan 9 Premier League goals in total for Wolves in just a couple of seasons.
ครึ่งชั่วโมงนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่
from a striker, but I do think with half an hour to play, he could offer Wolves something in this game.
Yeah, he's a bit more physical, isn't he, than Sarabia, who is a very tricky player. Juan will happily drop into someone. He's
เอาน้ำแป๊บนึงนะพี่
towards Mateus Nunez to give him some instruction as to where to play. He's been playing left flank today in that left midfield of a bank of 4 in the middle. Let's see where he ends up now. He's going to slot the notes inside his shorts as Lamina chases forward, breaks past the man, Mount chasing back. There's Aït-Nouri, goes down the left-hand side, long down the line, in towards Huang. He's looking up, who's going to be in there? Nunez is very central now. Out the left-hand side is Aït-Nouri. There's a free kick given. Huang Hee-chan, first involvement, wins a free kick.
Does well there, Huang actually runs down the line, comes back well. It's definitely a foul. I think just before that, the camera got, I think Lamina did a lovely bit of skill actually with his back to goal to get himself away.
Yep.
That starts that attack for Wolves, and in the end, Huang wins a free kick, dangerous one for Wolves. Will they have a bit of joy from a set piece this evening?
Yeah,
I think that could be their biggest one.
I think it could. I think they've got some good height to bring forward. I think Kilman's been very dominant in the air so far, hasn't he? Whether he can convert that from defensive area to attacking area, we're yet to see. I think Wan-Bissaka just got a note there from the referee to say, that's your last free kick before your yellow card, and he just jumped across Huang, but probably not poorly enough to warrant a yellow on its own. There's a free kick over then on the far side of the field. It will be Pedro Neto to in-swing this one with his left boot. Dawson and Kilman on the penalty spot, towering over Luke Shaw.
เป็นไงวูบมาอีกแล้ว
comes in towards the front post. It's headed forward. That's a good opportunity for Cunha.
He gets his angles all wrong. I think he goes to glance it forward, it just comes off the wrong side of the head. We do see that sometimes. Ball comes in, it's come off the wrong side of his head. It might even hit his shoulder actually, and it goes harmlessly wide. But it was a good delivery by Neto. But in the end, yeah, nothing really on it from Cunha, and it goes out. And again with Wolves, I don't want to keep mentioning the lack of goals, but it is a problem in a game like this where you're defended so well. I think that to not, to have the chances they have, I mean, on another day, Wolves could be winning this game, and I think that lack of a goal threat is certainly problematic, especially when Manchester United have been far from their best this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the sort of game where if you catch one of the sleeping giants sleeping, then you've got to take advantage, haven't you, to take those points later in the season, but it's just not quite working for them so far in front of goal. Jose Sarr, Cruyff turn in front of Rashford and just scoops the ball away to get it away from him as he puts under pressure. Dawson then tries to clear it down the line. I think it meant to have come off Garnacho last, who was pressurising him. Jose Sarr just saying,
คุณย่านี่เข้าท่าเนี่ยเพื่อนๆคุณย่าเนี่ย
but I just thought, no nonsense, I'm going to clip it away.
I think it's the thing, goalkeepers respect to play out from the back these days. You've got the goalkeeper at the other end, Onana, very comfortable in that department. I don't think that's Sarr's strong point at times, really, and I do think that we've seen this evening he has had a few rusty moments, and he's a bit fortunate there his side have won a throw-in, because that clearance, it wasn't the most convincing, and in a season, if you do play like that from the back, you will concede goals from silly mistakes, and that's what you want to avoid, especially on a night like this where Wolves have done so much good work.
Yeah, absolutely. Throw-in just taken on the near side. It might have been Cunha, I'm not too sure. Maybe Semedo. I think the referee just went over to him to say, come on, speed up the play. He's already given a yellow card for slow play at throw-ins once today. That with Ryan Aït-Nouri in the first half here in the middle of the park is Cunha. Turns well through a couple of Manchester United players and chases away from them into the Manchester United half. Squaring up against Lindelof. Couple of options to the right-hand side.
ก็65นาทีผ่านไปนะครับเหมือนเดิมนะยัง0-0เหมือนเดิมอาจจะจบเสมอด้วยโอกาสสูงด้วยครับเพื่อนๆ
He's probably been mentioned a little bit less than Lamina and Nunez in this game, but he's been there, hasn't he? Just doing all the dirty work that you don't necessarily see.
เมาไม่ทำอะไรไม่ได้เลย
3 now for Wolves because Nunez is right in the middle of the park, isn't he? Hwang maybe to the left and Neto to the right and Cunha up top alone. Here's an on-running move here from Aït-Nouri down the middle. Great run from him, stepping into the Man United half, trying to cross it early, deflected off Lindelof. Neto is throwing his arm at Aït-Nouri. I think the cross is for Neto.
I think it is actually. I think that Lindelof does really well actually, but Wolves keep on coming forward here, and Wolves right now looking threatening.
Yeah, left side, step over, cut inside, volley to come towards goal. He's never going to wrap his foot around that one. Nice idea from
เนี่ยครับดูคุณย่าเล่นดิเอ็ดเคมเล่นดีใช่ป่ะ
The shot never really looked likely.
That's brilliant. Aït-Nouri gets the ball back. It's a good run forward. I think it is for Neto, but to be honest, not only has he got Lindelof to beat, he's also got Luke Shaw behind him. So there may be not enough power on it, but I think that's a very difficult ball to pull off, to be honest. But we saw Cunha run forward a moment ago, and he stopped to say, where are my options? And I think, again, with Wolves, we saw Hwang at least have a shot then, but maybe just a little bit more adventurous. However, they are at that point of the game, Wolves, where you really don't want to concede a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And the ball
เอาไงโอ้โห
still 0-0 after 67 minutes. Here's Anthony, chops it back, whipped in first time by Fernandes. That's not his usual quality, and it's whipped straight out of play for a goal kick. And the look on his face just summarizes.
เอาวางอีชานยิงโอ้โหไม่ตรงกรอบอีก
This evening, double change then for Erik ten Hag. Not too much of a surprise, perhaps, as Christian Eriksen will come on for a like-for-like replacement with Mason Mount in midfield. I tell you what, not the most enjoyable debut, you could say, for Mason Mount. Not a bad one. It's still 0-0, but it's a work in progress, isn't it? As Sancho also comes on for Garnacho.
I think so, yeah. I think Garnacho, he's definitely tried his hardest tonight, to be fair to him, but we will touch on Mason Mount, the debutant, one of 2 debutants out there for Manchester United. I think with Mount, he has been out of form for quite a long time, and I think coming into a team like Manchester United, it hasn't been his most effective game, admittedly, but I do also think that Mount is going to be a work in progress, as you correctly say, Matt, but I also think that Sancho as well had his moments last season, had glimpses, but he's got a lot to prove now, Sancho. It's his 3rd season.
นี่ครับต้องเปลี่ยนตัวครับเป็นการนาโชกับอิเล็กเซนนะครับจะลงแทนแล้ว
But Wolves again could come forward here.
Yeah, absolutely can't be too
นี่ครับเมสันเมาส์นะครับจะเป็นคนออก
Garnacho, I know he's a young talent himself.
เมสันเมาส์มันทำอะไรไม่ได้อะว่าต้องออกอะ
Better than him and needs to show that form and quality going forward, doesn't he? Is the turn from Neto on the left hand side battling with
ครับเมสันเมาส์กับการนาโชนะครับออกแล้วก็อิเล็กเซนกับ
be a Manchester United throw throw in. And with that, we've crossed over the three-quarter mark of the game. The second half of the second half is underway, and it will be Samuel Wright to take us through to full
เลสเซนกับชานโชนะครับลงมาแล้ว
Many people expected it to be goalless by near 70 minutes this evening at Old Trafford, but that's what we've got so far. Manchester United 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. A confirmation of a yellow card for Pedro Neto, the Portuguese winger, the latest to go into the referee's notebook. I've not really been as eager to pull the cards out this half, the referee. But Manchester United in possession now. Played to Christian Eriksen with his first touch since he came onto the pitch. Like Matt said, a like-to-like replacement with debut turn at Mason Mount. Eriksen, the former Tottenham Hotspur man on the ball now. Plays a good ball forward. It's a good, not a bad ball at all, but I think it was Fernandes competing and Jose Sá always the favourite to get there. Nice turn here by Cunha. And he goes out to the left-hand side to Hwang. And he looks to play it forward. In fact,
เนโต้นี่มันผิวจริงๆนะครับเพื่อน
play and of course that number 8 so often worn by Ruben Neves in the past for Wolves, and now that's been replaced. Good play here by Wolves actually as Hwang goes out to the right hand side to Neto. Chance for Wolves, 70 minutes played at Old Trafford. Neto crosses into the middle. Not a bad ball, it's actually flicked up in the air and it's going to go for a corner, is it? Did that go out? Oh, no, I think it did. Onana, I think it's acting like he kept it in, but in the end the referee spotted that and the linesman. It's a corner for Wolves, and gotta say, if any team right now is looking like they're going to win this game, I think it's Wolves, believe it or not.
That cross wasn't on a sixpence from Neto, but in a very dangerous area, and the defenders were going back towards their own goal. But it was a fantastic move. It looked so simple, didn't it? But I mean, I don't want to be too critical of him because he's been such a fantastic player, but Casemiro was slightly behind the play there. Cunha jumped in first, won the ball
ๆผมประทับใจนี่สุดแล้วคุณย่าเนี่ยเล่นดีจัด
He just looked to be second best both times. Maybe that's just getting legs into the new season to be snapping in there as a central defensive midfielder. But Wolves have been brilliant.
Ball comes in by Neto, not a bad one. It will be headed out by Casemiro and flicked on by Sancho to Anthony. Anthony can play it forward, it's behind Jadon Sancho, and Sancho now plays it forward to Rashford. Manchester United with a chance, they're into the Wolves half. Rashford plays it forward, Lamina back there in the right position, but the header only finds Casemiro. Casemiro to Sancho on the right hand side. Sancho into the penalty area. Sancho back to Anthony. Anthony lays it onto Vance. Poor ball from Anthony. Really sloppy there. That's not where Fernandes wanted that. Cunha on another one who's marauding runs. Cunha comes forward. Cunha carries on going. He's got options right and left. He goes left to Hwang. Hwang plays it in. It's a chance maybe for Cunha. It falls to Neto. Oh, it's straight at Onana.
Brilliant
Wolves
chance
with a chance. Neto could not really get it out of his feet, and Cunha has stayed down. Another brilliant run from him, though. I think Cunha's been really impressive when he hits that stride. He takes some stopping, it must admit. Fell to Neto. I mentioned earlier on how he needs a bit more of a clinical edge. Maybe that was an example.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got in front of Fernandes.
เอาไว้แมนยูจะสวนแล้ว
The ball to Luke Shaw. He taps it on and sprints past him. What a run. The issue was for him, he couldn't quite cut inside enough to create the angle on the left. Hwang, though, what a touch. First time inside to create the opportunity. And it just falls for Neto. He just got to tuck it in the corner.
Poor ball from Bruno Fernandes there. Manchester
เอาเว้ยแอนโทนี
they're having seems to be breaking down, but you make a good point though, Matt, about Wolves. They're going
คุณย่าอีกแล้วดูดิครับเพื่อนๆไปไป
They
คุณ
have
ย่า
been very good at times, Wolves. And here's Hwang, who has
เอา
got a bit of a
เอา
difference
ยิง
in fairness to Hwang on the left-hand side.
โอ้โหเอาเนโต้ยิงไอ้เหี้ยไม่ได้อีกโอ้โห
Nunez on the ball
Neto
now,
ไม่ยิง
and,
โอ้โห
eventually goes down, and Wan-Bissaka wins it well. And Varane, nice turn from Varane, who's been closed down by Rayhan Ait-Nouri. Bruno Fernandes is down in the centre of the park here for Manchester United. He does lift himself up eventually. 72.5 minutes played nearly. Manchester United 0. Wolverhampton Wanderers 0 in the first Monday Night Football of the season. Fernandes has got a bit of a problem here, that he's not moving very well, the Portuguese, and the last thing Manchester United want is an injury problem to him. Sancho on the left-hand side now, running forward. He's in a good position. He cuts it back, though, to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen chance to cross maybe. Good turn by Casemiro in the area. Oh, it's very well shielded, and it's a goal kick. I think Lamina did brilliantly there. He sees the ball's got quite a lot of power on it, I think. But I think in the end, Lamina is actually caught by Casemiro as well. But he does well there, Lamina, I think, shielding the ball out of play.
Yeah, sometimes it's not even been tackling, has it, for Wolves, but it's just been body shape. They've got their bodies in the way. Let's just look at this run again from Cunha. Chases away from a couple of Manchester United men. You want him to cut inside on his right foot to drag the defender in as well. He had to play it so wide, but the ball inside is really good. Neto, he cuts it to the right-hand side of the goal. Probably should whip it top left-hand corner, because that way Onana won't be able to see where it's going because the defender's in the way. Instead, he puts it down the keeper's side.
Exactly, it's a really weak fit. I think Neto had a lot more time. He could have actually maybe taken a couple of touches to get the shot right, but in the end it goes out. I saw a stat a moment ago. Manchester United haven't even tested Jose Salt in this half. Nearly half an hour's been played of it. Really poor from Manchester United, but they did have a good end to the first half, and they'll be hoping for the same in the second. As Semedo takes a heavy touch, cleared away by Swedish defender Victor Lindelof, and here's Luke Shaw now. Goes forward and finds Sancho. Sancho on the left, approaching the penalty area. Jadon Sancho plays it in. Great defending by Craig Dawson. And is that going to be kept in? It's not. It's a corner to Manchester United. And Sancho, he's trying to make an impact, isn't he, Sancho? He's come on for Garnacho, and he'll be eager to try and win that place back from the young man as well. So Sancho, he's got to know when he comes on the pitch, he's got to perform to a high standard, and he looks like he's trying to change it right now. They take it quickly. Sancho plays it in. It's going to be cleared away, though. Manchester United, Wolverhampton Wanderers, deal with that very easily. Fernandes back out to Sancho. And Sancho plays it full. That's a really good ball, actually, into Lindelof. Lindelof plays it in again. Mats Kilman, right place at the right time. Here is Sancho approaching the penalty area. Up against Semedo. Sancho plays it in. Poor ball. Neto still not out of harm's way with the ball.
เงียบจริงๆเลยคู่เนี้ยเล่นไงจะหลับเนี่ย
Will keep coming back because it's with Casemiro. And can he get there? No, he can't.
เอาไปอีกแล้วซันโชไปซันโชเอาไงโอ้โหไม่ได้
And Dawson will surely clear, and he does. Bit of respite for Wolves, but it's got to be said, despite this, what Man United are throwing at them, Wolves are handling it very easily.
Yeah, but once again, it's last 15 minutes again of the half, and Manchester United are coming forward. Despite Sancho's crosses not always being the best, at least he's trying something new. He's trying to be inventive and trying to create something out of nowhere. I actually think that Rashford rather cramped him of room just before as Fernandes flicks it through.
Chance now, Wan-Bissaka plays it over the top. Surely it's a goal. It is a goal. And Manchester United open the scoring with French centre-back Raphael Varane. And it's got to be said, we just mentioned, maybe Manchester United are starting to turn it up a bit. It's that final 15 minutes. There might be a VAR check for this. That's the only thing I will say. It was a really good ball in behind to Wan-Bissaka. Not always known for his forward ability. Wan-Bissaka plays one into Varane. It's an easy header for Varane in the end to simply put it in. It's not been an easy evening this for Manchester United. Even if they win this game, there's definitely work to do. We'll have a look at the goal again. Fernandes plays it over the top to Wan-Bissaka. No question of offside at all. It's a good ball in from Wan-Bissaka. It's lifted into the right place. That's originally from Fernandes, isn't it? Over the top. Wan-Bissaka lifts it over, and Varane with an easy header. And, well, Manchester United, they've had to work quite hard to break Wolves down, but they've not really caused Wolves too many problems, to be honest, in the game.
บูโน่เปิดไปWan-Bissaka มงวะไอ้เหี้ยเรียบร้อยเลยใครวะวาลานเฮ้ยมึงขึ้นมาได้ไงเนี่ย
Moments ago, gambled a few men forward, feeling though they had the momentum to get forward. Suddenly the momentum is changed around, and that's probably the first time tonight we've seen Manchester United outnumber Wolves in the box. It's just a great dink through from Fernandes. I don't think that Aaron Wan-Bissaka can do anything else. It's almost bounced up so high that his decision is already made for him. He lays it off into the middle of the box and asks for somebody just to attack it, and somebody does in the shape of Rafa Varane. Does his job, stayed up from the previous attack, and did his job.
สวยครับเพื่อน
Change now as well as Pellistri has come on to the field. I think it might have been for Anthony as a like-for-like wing change for Manchester United on the right-hand side, but I suppose now is the time for Wolves changes, and here it comes. Fabio Silva is...
มาว่ะ
Yeah, Fabio Silva on for Wolves. Pellistri, the young man coming on for Manchester United after the first goal of the game. Changes might well have been needed. Another substitute coming here as well, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and they've also, I believe, bought on. It might well be. I can't exactly see who that was. We'll give you confirmation.
แมนยูขึ้นนำแล้วเว้ย 1-0 เว้ย
Two changes, I believe, themselves as Kilman plays one forward to Hwang. Too much on it though, and it goes out of play. And that's the problem with Wolves now. Now they've got to chase the game. So much more room's going to open for Manchester United. But I will say that despite the fact United it's taken this long to break, it's Bueno who came on for Aït-Nouri. That's the confirmation. Fabio Silva and Bueno on, and Aït-Nouri goes off, and also for Wolves as well. I believe it was. I believe it was Cunha, the other player who came off actually for Wolves. But yeah, Wolves haven't really popped the buzz in this game. I will give them credit there, Gary O'Neill's side. They've
เนี่ยวูฟต้องเปลี่ยนแล้วล่ะ
They've had their chances. But in the end, when you concede that goal at this point of the game, it's so. And Anthony looks like he's in a major mood on the bench. Just coming onto our camera, doesn't look impressed. He's been replaced by Pellistri here, but we'll see what the young man can do in the final 10 minutes of the game. But Wolves are the team now chasing the game with Semedo
เฮ้ยแมนยูมาแล้ว
on the right-hand side. Can he try and conjure something up? He had the best chance of the game, arguably, for Wolves. Wolves had 2 or 3 really good chances to take the lead in this game. And I mentioned their only win at Old Trafford in the Premier League era was a 1-0 win back in January 2022. A goal from João Moutinho going to have to work very hard to get another win now. Ball headed down, Fabio Silva goes to get there, and Neto. Casemiro clears it away. Fabio Silva does well to win it back. Ball now on the right-hand side. It's back with Neto. And now the ball's going to be played to Pedro, and it's Lamina. Can Lamina conjure something up? Maybe. Never been on the winning side against
Anthony.
I think we'll take a point at this point, though. It's good play on the left-hand side. Cross comes in. Rafa Varane, the goal scorer there. Fabio Silva nicks in, though. Can Fabio Silva get it back? It's Lamina. It's a long way out. And it's a really poor ball in. Sancho heads it, not into the best area, heads it back, and Lindelof can get it away. And that one gets through, and Manchester United could be in here now. Fernandes, the play really opening up. Here's Marcus Rashford. Rashford approaching the penalty area. Rashford goes on. Rashford to shoot. Oh no, he tucks inside. I think Rashford's done way too much there, though. Jadon Sancho, the flag's gone up. I think that about been for the earlier ball to Rashford. If that's the case, Rashford really shouldn't be offside there. But 1-0, the game's now opening up. We're going to get a chaotic last 10 minutes, and unless Manchester United get a second goal, it's going to be end to end.
Yeah, absolutely. It's poor from Rashford. He's
เว้ยแมนยู
side there. It's very close.
วูฟแฮมป์ตันจะบุกมั้งล่ะ
Even so, it's poor attacking work. He drives to the left. It opens up just for a shot with his left foot, and he just dilly-dallies, doesn't he, over the top of it. Just before that, Fabio Silva chased towards that ball on Varane's blind side. I thought the Frenchman was going to swing a leg. He almost must have had a rear-view camera to see that Silva was coming. Didn't swing that leg. Stopped the penalty being given away. But as you said, João Gomez
เอาละครับ
gambled in the midfield.
โอ้ยแมนยูจะสวนแล้วเว้ยไป
And Wolves are going to
แรดฟอร์ด
Absolutely, they
แรดฟอร์ด
are, they come forward again. Here's Nelson Semedo.
โอ้โหแรดฟอร์ดยิงไม่ได้
Manchester United 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Ball in. It might fall actually.
โอ้โหล้ำหน้า
The shot's
ไอ
actually
เวนเอ้
I
ย
believe that was actually by Hwang. It fell to him, Hwang, didn't it? And just couldn't really get it away. I will say that despite the fact they're losing this game, Wolves, I think there's a lot of positives to take from Gary O'Neill. The only negative is, though, the lack of goal threat, and that's something we're just going to keep saying about Wolves until it's solved. It's been a problem for such a long time now. They've had their chances this evening, and it's just not happened, has it?
Yeah, it's almost a little bit like Burnley against Manchester City on Friday night. They were fantastic for the opening half an hour, but it's almost as though you do have to pick your battles. And Manchester United, if they're going to be a top 4 team, they're not the team that Wolves have to beat or get a draw against week in, week out to stay in this division. They have to beat the teams, the promoted teams this season, first and foremost. Then your likes of Everton, who were down there last season. Those are the teams you have to pick wins off. But if you can get a point all 3 against the team, Manchester United, it's such a huge boost.
โอ้โหยิงก็ไม่ดีอีก
Value for a draw at least.
Absolutely agree with that one. I think Wolves obviously come into the season with a lot of difficulty, and they're in trouble here now as well with Jadon Sancho runs forward. Sancho into Rashford. Rashford can't get it out of his feet. Eventually shoots. It's blocked by Kilman and Dawson. The 2 centre-backs combined to clear. Not been the best evening for Marcus Rashford this. And so he might have a bit of a problem now, Rashford. As Matt mentioned, 30 goals last season. The most any Manchester United player got in 10 years. But I think Rashford not been his finest evening as a number 9, has it, Marcus Rashford? And a throw-in now.
นี่ครับ10 นาทีสุดท้ายนะครับก่อนทดเวลาบาดเจ็บ
Right back Nelson Semedo. And he plays it in field. Ball plays back to him, and Semedo clears it forward. Fabio Silva goes to get there. Fernandes flicks it round the corner for Rashford as the ball broke down, but Craig Dawson gets there. And Wolves are running out of time. However, they might get one more chance. And when it's 1-0 and you get one more chance, you've always got a chance of running away with something.
Yeah, absolutely. And a great run here by Bueno down the left-hand side. Breaks up some space against Pellistri.
Good play by Bueno. Only recently come onto the field. A burst.
ไปเว้ยซันโชไปซันโช
Maybe some tired legs out there. Bueno.
แรดฟอร์ดยิงติดบล็อกอีกโอ้โห
Kilman finds Dawson. And the former West Ham man plays it to Pedro Neto. How much will he rue that missed chance he had earlier on, Neto? He comes inside now. He's not really got too many options, though. I think he finds Lamina. And Lamina looking for his options on the right. It's a good ball, actually, out to Semedo. And Semedo plays a good one round the corner. The chance here for Wolverhampton Wanderers in the penalty area. It's in towards Silva. Silva gets there. It's saved by Onana at the near post. Well, Onana, right place at the right time. It's got to be said. I mentioned Wolves about the number 9. Silva's been given his opportunity. He had a goal-scoring opportunity. He just didn't quite take it, did he? The original block. I believe it was Luke Shaw. Doesn't get it away. Onana, though, right place, makes the save.
Yeah, he just makes himself big at the front post, doesn't he? He just swipes it, does the young striker. But I think the pass had to come sooner from Nunez. It shouldn't have allowed Luke Shaw to be able to come across. As it is, it's a corner.
Absolutely. Neto with it. Neto delivers. It's Wan-Bissaka who clears it away, the man who set up the opening goal. The only goal we've had so far this evening, Wan-Bissaka. He was in the right places doing his defensive duties that time, as Semedo on the other flank for the time being finds Bueno.
By Wolf.
Finds Nunez.
เอาหน่อยเว้ย Wolf เอาหน่อย
He's not really got many. He has to play it at a
โอ้โห
slow pace.
สวยเอามีพื้นที่มีเวลาเอาเปิดไปโอ้โหฟาบิโอยิงโอ้โหติดเซฟโอ้น่า
Right in the centre circle.
โอ้โห
Finds Nunez again. Can Wolves get a fantastic point? And it's ball played forward into Dawson. Dawson plays it round the corner. And it's well won, is it? No free kick given. And a cross comes in. Eventually it's Fabio Silva. It's again saved by Onana. It was straight at him again. But Wolverhampton Wanderers, they don't walk away from this game with a point. The amount of chances they're having. They've simply got to score. But Rashford now could even finish the game. He gets it behind Kilman. Rashford, is he going to... No, Lamina does well to track back and get there. I mean, Fabio Silva, second chance. It's got to be said, it's straight at the goalkeeper, but Onana's in the right positions.
Yeah, he's hit the ball exactly the same both times, so Wolves give it away now.
And they do, with Sancho into the penalty area now. Oh, he's giving it away to Semedo. Bruno Fernandes on the edge of the area. Oh, and it's flicked on. Oh, and there's I think Rashford nearly got there. Then Palestri, the youngster, nearly got there. He did get there, but his touch was pretty tame.
วูฟนี่ก็บุกชิบหายเหมือนกันนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่
Rashford might have put him off there with that swing of the leg.
Yeah, maybe. I think this is one of the poorest games I've seen Rashford play. Such a fantastic player who got such lofty standards we expect of him. He's been quite wooden, hasn't he? Got in the
เอา
way there.
ยิงไอ้เหี้ยติดเซฟอีกแล้ว
Number 9. Casemiro's almost trying to run the ball out of play. I think it's Gomez, isn't it? It just keeps it in well. As opposed to Silva, he turns quickly, just tries to hit it as
เอาเฮ้ยหลุดแล้วได้ฟอร์ดไป
It is down the middle. They need to find the corner once this game if they're going to score. And how many chances have they had?
I agree. They've had so many. I think Onana's been called into action a lot more than what people would have expected this evening. Yes, he's made the save. That's all he can do as a goalkeeper, but none of them have had to be outstanding because they've all been straight at him. As the ball played over the top now, Shaw gets it away. It will fall though to Semedo on the edge of the penalty area. And it's out now to Neto. Neto can cut inside. He's going to play one in. It's not a bad ball, is it? And Hwang does keep it alive. It's Onana's going to come for that. He's going to get there. It was a bit of a, just keep it in play, wasn't it? Sort of kick in the air, like I'm just going to keep it alive, see what happens. And the Cameroonian goalkeeper comes and claims it. Well, if he starts life with a clean sheet, that's all you can ask for if you're Onana, to be honest. And that's obviously what he is doing as it stands. But with the way Wolves have played, I won't bet against them having one or maybe two more chances in this game. So Scott McTominay is also going to come on. A free kick given away by Wan-Bissaka cheaply. And despite if they do take 3 points, Manchester United, it's not been the most convincing opening day performance. And I think there might be a couple of alarm bells.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of weekends left of the window. I know they've got Højlund in, but maybe he would want another signing or two if he's going to get that. I'm not too sure, but yeah, warning signs for sure.
It's Nunez. Oh, and Eriksen in the end gets a bit of a lucky ricochet. A foul been given though. Actually, a free kick has gone the way of Wolverhampton Wanderers. In a decent position. Casemiro saying to the referee, I'm not sure if he was pleading his innocence or he was saying it was a free kick, but Casemiro.
เอาละครับเพื่อนๆ5 นาทีสุดท้ายนะครับก่อนหมดเวลาบาดเจ็บนี่ครับแม็กโทก็จะลงมาแล้ว
do go to Tottenham Hotspur next weekend, but they've still got work to do in this one yet, and Wolves will be trying to whip in a dangerous ball here. It could be a dangerous one, this, if he gets it right. It is going to be, I believe it's actually going to be Gomez, and Scott McTominay is also going to come on for Marcus Rashford. Scott McTominay scored against Wolverhampton Wanderers in a 2-1 defeat for Manchester United back in April 2019 at Molineux. McTominay heavily linked away with the club this summer, the Scotsman, but still there for now. Yeah. And Marcus Rashford, not his finest game, looks quite a frustrated figure. Nothing's really gone Rashford's way tonight, has it though? So it's one of them days where he'll probably just want to forget the man. And Wolves going to make a change as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It might be Kalajic to come onto the fields for Wolverhampton Wanderers as well. Let's just double check this one.
It is Kalajic, I believe, coming onto the pitch for Wolves. Where time is ticking in this game now. 87 minutes play, just over. Manchester United lead 1-0 at Old Trafford. João Gomez going off.
Yeah, well, they say, don't they, that don't make changes at defensive set pieces. Manchester United have made one, but I suppose being in McTominay, all 6'4" of him, is probably a wise option if he's alive to this.
เอาเว้ยแรดฟอร์ดออกเว้ยแรดฟอร์ดเงียบมากต้องเปลี่ยนเนี่ยเปลี่ยนแล้วแม็กโทลงแทนมันเงียบจริงๆครับเพื่อนๆแรดฟอร์ด
It is taken. It's a deep one. It's headed by Kilman. It's going to be comfortable for Onana in the end. I thought it might loop over him originally, Onana. He got something on it, Kilman. In the end, though, the Wolves captain never quite troubled the goalkeeper. He caught it comfortably, didn't he? And still 1-0. How many more chances will Wolves get? How many more chances Manchester United get? The last 10 minutes have been rather breathless in this game, really. You can't really catch your breath. It's been end-to-end, but there has also been a bit of a lack of quality, I think, in the final third. third at the same time. But I think this contest has been a lot closer than people would have expected.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just wonder, it took a good couple of minutes, if not more, to make those changes and take that free kick. It rather took a bit of momentum away from it. But that might get added on to the end of the game. We know the directive to give lots of added time. Let's see how long that is in about 90 seconds time.
Absolutely, we will see in about 90 seconds. But McTominay does well here, but Nelson Semedo does well too to clear the ball away. But McTominay not quite able to get away there. Here is Ericsson. Ericsson in a good position. He finds Jadon Sancho. Sancho, one of the many substitutions in this second half. Here is Wan-Bissaka. A bit of a slack play from him. He does get the ball back though. He does well, Wan-Bissaka. Finds Palestri on the right-hand side. Can he maybe get the ball in? He finds Casemiro. Casemiro, it's in towards McTominay, but Dawson comes through and heads it away. And Fabio Silva knocks it down. And can Wolves clear it away? They've got possession for now with Semedo. Semedo plays it forward to Neto. Can he run forward? He's got Luke Shaw there with him. And Neto looking for options, really. I'm not sure how many he has. I thought the ball might come back to him, but Fernandes gives it away. 1 minute to go, the 90.
That's probably the issue. There's not too much movement in front of them now because Kalajic is such a big, tall striker. He's not really the movement type. He's gonna hang up there and stay in the box. Whereas Fabio Silva, not seen too much in terms of quick movement from him. He's found himself a good couple of opportunities, but that's when other players have crossed the ball into the box rather than playing it into his feet.
And Kilman plays a good ball down the line. It's a good chance here for Wolves, actually. This could be the one. It's going to be played back, is it? The comes in. It's Fabio Silva. Could it be this time? It deflects, it's blocked away. I thought that was the third chance for the young man, and again this time it's blocked not by Onana but by the defence. Here's Neto. Neto cuts it back. Can he play it in? Neto? He can. It's going to be
ลูกเดียวก็3 แต้มใช่พี่ลูกเดียวก็3 แต้มถูก
on the evening for Manchester
ยิง
United.
5 ลูกก็3 แต้มเท่าเดิม
Kilman. Ball played forward now. It's going to be turned by Nunez. Is that a foul? The referee says no. It's a threat. How many added minutes? 7 added minutes. We do mention about this added time. Erik ten Hag right in front of the board being put up. He's looking a little bit concerned. And no matter what happens in this game, I think Wolves have put up a valiant effort. And many people's tipped to be relegated, but if they play like this all season, I think they'll be absolutely fine. But there is still time for them. Here's Neto. Neto plays it in. It's deflected. And it's going to be cleared away by, I think it's by Palestri in the end. Here's Dawson. 90 minutes are up, 30 minutes of the 7 additional played. And here we come again. Wolves come forward. Kilman crosses. It's not a bad ball. Onana should get there. Oh, he just about does. He has to beat it down to the floor before he gets there. And you just got to start asking, is it going to be Wolves this day?
Yeah, I know. Well, we know the tactic, don't we? Get it wide, whip it into Kalajic in the middle of the box, don't we? Huang staying left and Neto staying right. Manchester United just trying to slow things down now. Casemiro and Fernandes. But Wolves just keep snapping in at their heels. This time it's Fabio Silva sprinting back against Casemiro and will pick the veteran up. But let's just have another look at that replay. I mean, it's a brilliant turn from Huang. Wan-Bissaka just leaves him. Pilestri doesn't know where to go. He takes his time to eventually play the ball.
เอาเว้ยทดเวลา7 นาทีนะครับเพื่อน
It's a good block from Luke Shaw.
ๆเนโต้เปิด
All a little bit scrappy.
ไม่ได้
Brilliant block from Luke Shaw. I just think Fabio Silva, when he gets into them positions, doesn't look the most convincing. He's given the ball away just as I say that. Ericsson plays it forward. That's scrappy also. Wolverhampton Wanderers win the ball back. And now they can come forward with Nunez. And he can play it to Neto. Can Neto go beyond Shaw? He has to check back for the
ใช่
time
บุก
being.
บุกแต่ทำอะไรไม่ได้ครับจบไม่คม
Weak pass from Neto and Fernandes can find Sancho. Fernandes has gone offside for a moment. Dawson, I think that's harsh in my opinion. I think Sancho's looked for that and he wins a foul inside.
บุกแต่ทำอะไรไม่ได้ครับ
We've played 2 of the 7 additional minutes. Man United are edging close to that final whistle.
They are. 5 minutes is a long time when you're under pressure, though, and I think that's exactly what Erik ten Hag is saying to his team. He looked so concerned, didn't he, when those 7 minutes went up? Real frown on his face. He knows that his team are under pressure, but if they can hold on to the ball, I mean, they've got the players to do it. Fernandes, Ericsson, Casemiro midfield. They should be able to control these 5 minutes.
I agree. I completely agree with that. I think they've... Oh, and that's really poor from Luke Shaw. He just plays it forward and Jose Sol will actually keep it alive rather than let it run out for a goal kick. And the goalkeeper has it inside his own penalty area. He plays it out to Kilman. His first game as skipper. Right now it's about to end in defeat, but Wolves might change that. It's headed away.
แมนยูจะสวนได้ไหม
And here's Luke Shaw, and now Manchester United can keep possession with Casemiro. In fairness to Wolves, they're not letting Man United rest when they do have the ball, but at this point of the game, we've got to try and win it back at every occasion. Bueno finds Sarr. 4 minutes of the 97 to go. 4 minutes of the 7 remaining. 3 have been played. Here's Semedo. Semedo plays it forward towards Neto. Will Semedo get it back? He will get it back. And Semedo now, Silva's got space. It's played into Fabio Silva. Is there an option out wide? There is. It's Hwang. Hwang goes in. Hwang shoots! Oh, it's wide! Thought it might have just snuck in there from Hwang. It took a bit of a deflection. Onana didn't quite get there, but it went wide. They have another chance, Wolves.
Yeah,
and
take the corner quickly as well.
They have. Neto. It's flushed in by Hwang. It's Kilman, the skipper. Can he lay it off? He does to Lamina. Brilliant piece of defending. And there's a person who's run onto the pitch. An idiot's run onto the pitch, and he's going to be chased away. Well, Wolves won't be too happy with that, but I think Manchester United won't be either because more pressure's going to come at them now.
It is going to come at them, but I suppose Manchester United will be the happier out of the two. It was McTominay who chased out to block that Lamina shot just there. It was correct from Fabio Silva, did it all right, played it to Hwang, and there was no other option than to drive down the line, just hit it as hard as he could at goal on his weaker left foot. Problem is he's up against Wan-Bissaka and he stretches out those Inspector Gadget long legs.
น้องว่าผลนอนหลับฝันดีพบกันใหม่สัปดาห์หน้า
The South Korean, exactly what he had to do, and we'll probably get an extra minute now on top of these added time, won't we? By the time that the stewards have got the fan. Are they a fan? I don't know whether you can class them as a fan if they're interrupting the game. Not too sure, but it will eventually.
ยิงโอ้โหติดบล็อกอีก
Will be Wolves' ball. That's what Nunez is saying.
เฮ้ยเอาอีกแล้วใครลงมาน่ะ
And they play it out to Semedo.
เฮ้ยยังมี
Nunez plays it to Semedo, and he plays it into the middle. Dawson goes to get Dawson down. Fabio Silva, Lamina shoots. It's blocked. And another shot can come in, maybe, can it? Hwang, oh, and his shot's blocked by Casemiro. And it's played into the area again. Another chance. And it's going to be cleared again. Manchester United just keep surviving. You've got to feel for Wolverhampton Wanderers that they might not ever play better than this at Old Trafford, and they still might come away on the losing side. It's Bueno who plays it in. It's Dawson. It's a lovely turn. Craig Dawson. He goes down. The referee says no. Wow. It did look like it was going to be soft. 5 of the 7 added minutes have been played. Lamina, Manchester United are hanging on for dear life here at the moment. It's cross played in. It's towards Neto. Neto can't quite get it out of the air. He will keep it in play though. Neto plays it in. It's a good ball. It's Onana's come a long way.
Penalty.
It could be a penalty. The referee will probably VAR.
นั่นน่ะดิพี่จะมาปวดแมนยู
And there's a Wolves player on the floor. Cross comes in. Header comes in. It's wide.
Wow.
Well, will it be a penalty? Onana did make a bit of. Onana's now gone down himself, maybe to maybe a little bit of tactical there from Onana. I must admit,
วูแม่งบุกชิบหายเลยว่ะพี่เหี้ยแม่งจะเอาให้ได้
Wolverhampton Wanderers. What a performance! Like, I was going to say that now. Huge.
Well, the first one.
วูมันโหดจังวะโอ้โห
Tested it down. He got a bump in the back by Varane.
โอ้โหเอาโอ้โหเอาอีก
Exactly.
เอาอีกโอ้โห
Arna sprawling himself, but he
I mean, to be honest, this is booking, I believe, for O'Neill. Or was it a red card?
ว่าโดนใบเหลืองโดนจุดโทษแน่เลยวะ
Yellow. He's going to get a yellow card for it, I believe. But we're going to have to wait and see because.
หรือว่าไม่ได้วะไม่น่าจะได้นะผมว่า
and Gary O'Neill picks up a yellow card for something that looked a little bit soft.
Exactly, yeah. I think they all clamped a moment ago. But
เอาวะกลัวจะได้จุดโทษวะ
Eriksson. It's not a great ball though from the Danish international. Kilman gets there first. Will Wolves have one more opportunity? They've had so many in this second half. Wolves. It's crazy how they're not at least level in this game. It's Hwang on the left-hand side for Wolves. Can he do much with it? He checks back a couple of times, and eventually He plays it backwards to
ไม่ได้
Lamina. Wolves have got to get on with it though. They're running out of time. Lamina across. It's a good ball to Neto. Neto up against Bruno Fernandes. Neto plays it in. Good delivery. Headed away. And Manchester United still hanging on. What an effort this has been by Wolves. It's Bueno on the left-hand side. He can cross in. It's a good delivery. And Onana's done really well. You've got to say Onana does brilliantly there. He comes through into the 6-yard box and makes a good save. But my word, Wolverhampton Wanderers, I don't think they'll ever play better than this and not win. I don't think they'll ever play better away from home period and not win. And Gary O'Neill, you've got a feel for him. Coming into the game, nothing was really expected from Wolves. They played so well, but they still could be coming away with nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Casemiro, Varane, I think it is at the front post, leaves that one. I think Onana shouts and he sprawls out like a cat, doesn't he? And just grabs the ball beautifully, lands on Keelman's legs, but he's already got the ball, hasn't he, the goalkeeper, and he will take the free kick, which is his now.
Yeah, he does really well, in fairness to him, Onana, to win that one. And the Wolves with Palestri, he'll keep it in play. This could be it now as far as Wolves are concerned. Manchester United have it at the right end as far as they're concerned. He's tackled really well, though, actually, there by Bueno. This probably is the last chance for Wolves if they can make anything. Oh, it's a poor ball from Lamina, though. He plays it straight out of play, and you've got to feel, I think Lamina's on a very good game tonight, but he just gets that one a little bit wrong. We're into 9 added minutes, of course. There was originally 7 indicated, but 2 minutes, of course, have now passed due to a couple of interruptions on the field. Manchester United look like they're going to get a priceless opening day win, considering how they've played in this game. It's a free kick for them as well, deep in there. And the full-time whistle does blow at Old Trafford. Nearly 100 minutes played, and it is Manchester United who do pick up 3 points on the opening day. Wolverhampton Wanderers put up a valiant effort, so many opportunities, but in the end it wasn't to be for Gary O'Neill's side in his first game as manager. Final score at Old Trafford on the first Monday Night Football of the season. Manchester United 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0.
เรียบร้อยเวรไอ้เหี้ย
76th minute header.
น่าจบแล้วล่ะ
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.
นอนหลับฝันดีแล้วพี่สักกะเลนวันนี้แมนยูชนะวันนี้ครับแมนยูชนะโอ้โหสุดยอดสุดยอดสุดยอด
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match?
ขอบคุณมากนะครับเพื่อนๆพี่ๆที่เข้ามารับชมรับฟังนะนอนดีกว่าตี 4แล้วครับก็ขอบคุณมากนะครับพี่ๆฝันดีนะครับพี่ๆเพื่อนๆทุกคนก็ก่อนจากกันนะครับฝากกด Subscribe ฝากกดติดตามไว้ด้วยนะครับกดกระดิ่งแจ้งเตือนไว้ด้วยก็เดี๋ยวเรามาพบกันใหม่นะครับโอกาสหน้าขอบพระคุณครับบ๊ายบายพี่ฝันดีครับนอนดีกว่าพี่พรุ่งนี้มีทำงานแต่เช้าบ๊ายบายอย่าลืมกดติดตามให้หน่อยนะครับบ๊ายบายนะพี่